just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. 2 key players out for tonight's NBA play-in doubleheader. No Zion Williamson for the Pelicans, who host the Kings. No Jimmy Butler for the Heat, who host the Bulls. What can Miami do in Butler's absence? ESPN's Danny Green.
I'm going to need Jaime Jaquez step up, Patty Mills, where we've seen them do that in games previous in the regular season. DeLon Wright, Tyler Hero for sure, and Bam going to carry the load. But we're going to need that system and all those guys to step up in order for them to give them a chance in this one elimination game. But against Boston, I don't think they're going to overcome without Jimmy.
Danny Green, you can hear both play-in games on ESPN Radio starting at 6:30 Eastern. The Heat-Bulls game also on ESPN TV at 7 Eastern. According to ESPN Bet, the Celtics are the favorites to win the title at plus 145. The Nuggets aren't far behind, though, at plus 275. Colts tight end Drew Ogletree is taken off the commissioner's exempt list and working out with the team again. A judge in Indiana tossed out 2 felony domestic violence charges against Ogletree.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Coming up Monday, the NBA playoffs are underway. Plus, it's draft week, and I'll react to it all on my Upon Further Review at 6:30 a.m. Eastern. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After Further Review.
Say it one more time.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona. And here we go. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios. That's right.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
You sir. And Mr. Toby Tom Blake. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Theriot, 1 hour from right now. What a massive weekend ahead. Tiger baseball at Mizzou. Gymnastics going for a natty. Pels playing for their lives. We got all of it to talk about today. Let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
So another day, and 3 more LSU football players have hit the portal on Friday. Cornerback Jeremiah Hughes, safety Ryan Yates, and linebacker Christian Braithwaite all jumping in the portal now. 6 scholarship players for LSU have entered the portal so far in this cycle. Of course, it started with Jackson Howard. We've seen Connor Gilbreth, the tight end, jump in the portal as well. And I think mostly, I want to talk about Hughes, Yates, and Braithwaite in their positions in particular. But I want to give you a big picture thought on this first with 6 players in the portal. When we started and we learned Jackson Howard was going to go in the portal, we kind of did the unofficial number game, right? And they were at 88 going into the fall. So LSU was going to have to lose at least 3 more scholarship players after Howard. Well, now they've lost a total of 6. So LSU is within the 85 scholarship. They're below the 85 limit now. And we know they're targeting players in the portal, most prominently at defensive line. And, excuse me. And so they've got room on the, excuse me, I got a little frog in my throat. They got room on the roster with which to work right now. And I'm going to go through these positions here in just a quick second. But I think what's most important, what stands out most to me when we look at these players that have entered the portal, you know, I've kind of pointed out Jeremiah Hughes as sort of the poster child for my argument against Brian Polian. And I want to be clear, this isn't a Jeremiah Hughes thing. And I don't mean to come across as being critical of that young man. By all accounts, he did everything he was supposed to when he was here, worked very hard. It just didn't work out. He was a 3-star from Las Vegas, and he was probably just over-recruited. He shouldn't have been here. And hat tip to that young man, and maybe in a different era, he comes as a 3-star, stays, grows, develops, works harder, gets better, and makes an impact. Maybe, but it's just a different era with the portal. So again, it's nothing against Jeremiah Hughes. I want to be very clear about that. There's nothing personal at all with that young man. I wish him all the success in the world. But the point I've made time and again to illustrate the difference between what Brian Polian did as a philosophy and Frank Wilson is really best illustrated with a guy like Hughes, where LSU invested the resources to fly to Las Vegas to recruit a 3-star cornerback out of Las Vegas. You flew over 100 3-star cornerbacks between Baton Rouge and Las Vegas to get there. And when you're in Louisiana, there's no reason to do that. And what the first thing that popped into my brain was after the spring game, Brian Kelly's meeting with the media, and he's asked about Corey Raymond and Bo Davis. And do you remember what Brian Kelly said immediately after spring game with those 2 guys?
The long approach to this is just look at who's on campus, who we're recruiting. And look, we got to win right away. And I get that. And we're going to put together a defense that puts us in a position to win the SEC. But if you want to look at this from a longer view, I've had a lot of players in front of me over the past 3 months since we've hired those 2 that I hadn't seen in a couple of years.
Yeah. Okay. You get it, right? Brian Kelly told you that point blank. You were flying to Las Vegas to recruit Jeremiah Hughes, flying to Minnesota to recruit Jackson Howard, flying to Ohio to recruit Jackson McGowan. And then all of a sudden, all the guys with Louisiana ties start running the thing, and you go, oh, this is what it's supposed to look like. Yes, you're not at Notre Dame. You don't have to go to 18 different states to put together a recruiting class. And you're starting to see that. I want to illustrate this as well. From the 23 class, remember, that was Brian Kelly's first full signing class. He got here in 22. They pieced it together. 19 of them were transfers. But the 23 class was Brian Kelly's first full year recruiting. They've already had 10 players from that 23 class enter the portal. 10. Lance Hurd from Louisiana. Kai Preen from Louisiana. Everyone else, Jaylen Brown, Florida. Jackson Howard, Minnesota. Ryan Yates, Texas. Christian Braithwaite, Texas. Jackson McGowan, Ohio. Jeremiah Hughes, Las Vegas. Michael Daughtry, Georgia. Connor Gilbreth, California. Do you understand? In that 2023 class, Kelly's first full class, 10 states were represented. 10 states were represented in that class. This year, the 2024 class, 6 states were represented. 18 players from Louisiana, 7 players from Texas, and then 1 each from Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, and North Carolina. You have shrunken your target. Make sense? This is the fundamental shift you are seeing that Brian Kelly is learning about how to recruit here. And that's why the 24 class was awesome and the 25 class might be the best ever. Yes, you will get on a plane and go to Michigan to recruit the number 1 quarterback in the country. 100 times out of 100. You go recruit Bryce Underwood. 100 times out of 100. Do you get on a plane to fly to Las Vegas to recruit a 3-star corner? Or do you go get the kid like Bernard Causey out of New Orleans who's going to come here, his family can watch him play, and he's grown up his whole life wanting to put on the purple and gold, and he ain't going nowhere. That's the 3-star you take, not the kid from Vegas. Again, I don't want it to sound like I'm coming down on Jeremiah Hughes. That's not the point at all. It's just an illustration of the differences in styles and how Polian recruited and how Frank Wilson and the staff are taking things forward. So, a couple of things. As far as, let me go position by position with Hughes, Yates, and Braithwaite to look at corner, safety, and linebacker, and we'll do this quickly. Cornerback wasn't going to be impacted this year by Jeremiah Hughes either way. The only way that LSU improves at cornerback is if Jair Brown, J.K. Johnson are studs. That's it. If Ashton Stamps and Javen Toviano develop into great players. If Zy Alexander comes back healthy and is ready to be a star. That's the only way you're better at corner. Yes, you could go hit the portal, find a starter, which would be awesome if there's that prospect that hits the portal. But ultimately, losing Jeremiah Hughes is not going to materially affect you this year at all. Your numbers are fine. You have 9 scholarship cornerbacks on your roster right now, including the true freshmen. 9. You have 9 scholarship cornerbacks on your roster. You have plenty. You have plenty of numbers. Do you have anybody that can play? And the onus is on Corey Raymond to get the guys he has ready to be better this year than they were a year ago because it flatly wasn't good enough. Staying in the secondary with Ryan Yates, I'm kind of bummed about Yates because I think Yates is one of those guys. He was a 4-star. He was the 20th best safety in the country. And he was a guy in a different era that stays and becomes a really good player. But in the portal era, there's no reason to stay, especially because the portal giveth and taketh away. When you got Major Burns and Sage Ryan both to return, remember, and then you went out in the portal and you added Jordan Gilbert. Well, of course you're going to add Jordan Gilbert. Gilbert's a guy who's been a 2-year starter in the SEC. So you get a more veteran player, a more experienced player, boom, that helps you immediately as an immediate starter. So absolutely you take Jordan Gilbert, but the trade-off is you lose a talented young player like Yates. Yates is one of those guys from Denton in the Dallas area that went to a prep school that was kind of one of these football factories. So he showed up on campus like, mentally ahead of a lot of freshmen because he went to a really good high school football program that allowed him to be ready to play. Played in all 13 games last year for LSU. He's a backup safety, played on special teams. So Yates is one of those guys that I think is going to go on, and you hate to lose because he's going to be a really good college football player, and you wish that there was a path for him to stay, but I get it. Major Burns, Sage Ryan, Jordan Gilbert ahead of you. Deshaun McBride, a 5-star coming in. You've got Austin Osbury and Langlois as well, who's still hanging around. You got Jackson and Allen, and then you're bringing in Joel Rogers. Like, you've got numbers. You got 9 safeties. You got 9 scholarship safeties, including 2 transfers you brought in. One of them was a 2-year starter in the SEC. So the path to the field this year wasn't there for Ryan Yates, so he's going to go somewhere where he can play this year. And I can't say I fault him for it, but that's the trade-off in the portal. If you're going to take Jordan Gilbert, you're going to lose Ryan Yates. So that's the decision you have to make as a program as you're building your roster year to year. And then Christian Braithwaite, this is a guy, Braithwaite's out of the Houston area, and he was, a 3-star, the number 400 overall prospect in the country, the 38th best linebacker in the country, and he's just undersized. He was he was 6'1", just over 200 pounds when he signed with LSU. He was a Baylor lean, and then LSU was able to flip him. And, I mean, he was a Baylor commitment, actually, and LSU flipped him back in October of 2022, so got him away from Dave Aranda's squad. Undersized out of high school, probably a reach in taking him when you did. But, Brian Kelly, it was interesting because Brian Kelly was on that podcast with God Bless Football, right? The Le Batard podcast. And, he was asked about NIL, and the thing that Brian Kelly said that he loves most about coaching actually is the development piece. Give a listen.
This is my 33rd year, and my why is player development and developing players and the relationships with players. And I can tell a parent, look, I can help develop your son be a better husband, a better father, a better technically and tactically. I can develop him as a football player. I can help him graduate. I don't know what he's worth.
Okay, so like the point, it was a question phrased about NIL, but Kelly's telling you, like, his why in coaching is player development. Braithwaite's a guy that in Brian Kelly's career, he'd love to get here and develop. You bring in the 3-star, you watch him grow physically, and you make him into a great player. And Kelly probably sees seeds of that in Braithwaite, or saw seeds of that in Braithwaite. But again, it's just a different era. You've got Penn and you've got Perkins on the inside, backed up by the Weeks brothers, and then you're bringing in 3 freshmen with Devon Keys, Tylen Singleton, and Xavier Atkins. So if you're Christian Braithwaite, now you're at best, you're the 8th linebacker at best going into this season. So you have the opportunity to go somewhere where you can get on the field. Don't blame him. Good luck to him. So 3 more Tigers hit the portal. LSU under the 85 scholarship limit now. So open season. The portal giveth, the portal taketh away. Time to see some of those commits start to roll in. All right, it's After Further Review Show, been brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy in Louisiana with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of the LSU Tigers, the official beer of the New Orleans Saints, the official beer of AFR. If you're out and about this spring, you better believe when you're out at golf tournaments, you're out at charity events, you're at concerts over at different venues all over, you're going to see plenty of ice-cold Bud Light, Mockler beverage banners everywhere. Make sure you give a howdy do and a high five to all our friends over at Mockler when you see them out and about. They'll be over at Clay Young's event a week from Sunday. Smoke them if you got them. Benefiting the Special Forces Charitable Trust. Great community partners. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light. They've been great partners of ours as well. Bud Light, the official beer of AFR. Okay, we'll knock out a break, y'all. First break of the show. When we come back, so Theriot next hour. We'll do the Riot Radio hours. Bottom of this hour, about 15 minutes, we'll head to Gainesville, our Florida SEC spring recap. And when we come back, though, Mason Smith spoke on the record, took a pre-draft visit with the New Orleans Saints. What's the possibilities that Mason Smith could end up staying home in Louisiana? We'll talk about it next on AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Action Industries, official partner of LSU Athletics. Of course, Tiger baseball team in Como this week, and every time there's a mound visit, always those mound visits are brought to you by Action Industries. And look, Action Industries has been serving the petrochemical and refinery markets in Louisiana since 1982, the year I was born. Action Industries is as old as I am. And I love going to bat for great Louisiana companies like Action Industries. So, look, something else I want to remind you. We talk plenty about their fabrication shop services. I've been telling you about their exchanger tube cleaning methods. They use the vapor abrasive blasting technology. But remember as well, even if you're a turnaround, a maintenance manager, turnaround coordinator, or you work for one of the gigantic industrial contractors and you have these mega projects, if you need additional resources on your job due to the shortage of skilled labor, Action Industries can help supplement those mega projects. So give them a shout. You can look them up online or on LinkedIn. It's Action Industries, a proud partner of LSU Athletics.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
I have a ton of confidence in this group. We've been in this scenario before. We've been in these types of games before, so they're well aware of what's ahead of us. And we know we've beat Sacramento 5 times, but this is different. This 6th game is going to be the hardest, so we're expecting it.
Unfortunately, Willie Green is right. You have been in this spot before because you can't avoid the damn play-in. Win or go home. If you don't win tonight, your season's over. Pels and Kings, 8:30 Central Time. It'll be on TNT. Obviously, the gigantic news in this one is no Zion Williamson, and both coaches took their time talking about that when they met with reporters before this game. First, Sacramento's Mike Brown on how Zion not being there will impact this game against New Orleans.
They're still a really, really good team, and they probably start Trey Murphy, and when he started, he's been a load because he's more aggressive. He's going to get more shots. C.J. McCollum's going to get more shots, and both those guys have hurt us from the three-point line. B.I. is probably going to be a little bit more aggressive knowing that Zion's not out, so they still have formidable shooters and scorers, and I hadn't even mentioned Valanciunas, who can score on a low block. So we're going to have to really come to the table knowing that they're still going to be aggressive, maybe in a slightly different way because it's not going to be bully ball as much. But we have to get to the three-point shooters. We have to take care of the ball. We have to find these guys in transition, especially behind the arc.
What did Mike Brown say? What was that name with the V, Muse? What did Mike Brown say? Did he say Valanciunas?
Yeah, Valanciunas.
No,
Jonas.
That's not how you say it. I mean, Mad Dog told us how to say this months ago, didn't he?
The Travis Kelce lookalike and Vasalunas.
Somebody get Mike Brown on the line. Tell him like, look, if you're gonna, don't disrespect your opponent by mispronouncing the 7-footer's name.
The Travis Kelce lookalike and Vasalunas.
What an idiot. Vasalunas.
What? Is Vasalunas the best part, or that he calls him a Travis Kelce lookalike, or just the combination of both?
Well, it's the combination because he was trying to go funny with it, right? Like he's throwing a barbell, the Travis Kelce lookalike, and then mispronouncing it. Like if you were just rolling and mispronounced his name, we'd chuckle at it, be like, oh, he screwed up, you don't know the Pels. But then the fact that you tried to be sort of arrogant about it by throwing out the Travis Kelce lookalike and then you mispronounce his name makes you look doubly stupid.
The Travis Kelce lookalike and Vasalunas.
Vasalunas.
Tell me you've never watched the Pelicans without telling me you've never watched the Pelicans. By the way, Mike Brown did mention the possibility of B.I. starting and leaning more on that. And Willie Green said as much. So, they're going to need B.I. in a big way with Z out.
He's going to need to be a facilitator, scorer, rebounder, defender, and be him. And that's what we're expecting from all of our guys, the best version of themselves.
It's worth mentioning the Pels did play Sacramento one time this year without Z. We talked about it earlier in the week, and that was their most lopsided win. The Pels won 133-100 that day. The Pels led by as many as 50 in that game. C.J. McCollum went off for 30. So it is one of those games where the matchup, even without Zion, physically benefits New Orleans. Is De'Aaron Fox? Look, De'Aaron Fox is a guy's averaging 27 a night. And is it possible that De'Aaron Fox could go out there and ball out and have a great day? And and lead Sacramento shirts. I mean, it's a one-game season at this point, but no Malik Monk, no Kevin Huerter for the Kings as well. That limits them. This is a game. I know what the spread is, but I think New Orleans wins this game. Actually, the line's moved now. It was Sacramento 1.5. I'm looking at it updated. The sharp money's come in on New Orleans. Now the Pelicans are 1.5 point favorite in this ball game. So we'll see what it goes off at. But 8:30 tonight, local time here in New Orleans. Pels try to extend their season. Winner gets OKC in the 1-8 matchup. All right, y'all. It's after further review. We'll talk about Mason Smith in a quick second because Mason Smith said on the record that he took a visit to New Orleans. Could that be a fit? We're brought to you by Shawbills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com. You know where to find them with 18 locations across South Louisiana. Hey, look, we're heading toward the summer months. A lot of kids are going to be out of school soon. If you're going to be heading out for vacation, taking the family vehicle for a drive to the mountains, to the beach, whatever it may be, you need tires before you do that. Buy the best tires on the road at the cheapest price possible. Go to Shawbills. Shawbills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com, Shawbills, where we keep you rolling. All right. I thought it was interesting. So Mason Smith did an interview with Justin Mello of the Draft Network, and Mason Smith has been on one heck of a pre-draft tour. He's visited Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, the Jets, Giants, Minnesota, Buffalo, Green Bay, Charlotte, just got back from Arizona, and says he has a few more visits coming up later in the week. But what he also mentioned is that Mason Smith started his draft visits off with a trip to the home state New Orleans Saints. So because they're in the same state, this likely didn't count against one of the Saints' 30 pre-draft top 30 visits. But we all know the deal with Mason Smith. He's a former 5-star high school recruit. A lot of people would have loved to have seen him come back, despite the size, the physicality, derailed by a torn ACL. The production was never really there at the level many thought or hoped it could be. But he goes to the combine, has a phenomenal performance because he is a physical freak. He is a specimen, and he's racing up draft boards and is likely going to be an early day 2 pick. Well, I think the question for New Orleans is, if you're going to take Mason Smith, the only appropriate spot where you have assets is at 45. So what if the Saints were to draft Mason Smith at 45? First of all, you got to look at need at defensive tackle. And it is there because you've got Brian Brzee, who used a first-round pick on last year, but just look at your rotation. You got Shepard and Saunders, your 2 free agent signings from a year ago, and Malcolm Roach left you in free agency. So a year ago, the Saints went to camp with 7 defensive tackles. Again, on your 90-man roster when they started camp, they went there with 7 defensive tackles. Brzee, Shepard, Saunders, Roach, Jerron Cage, Jack Heflin, and Prince Emili. Those were the 7 that they went to camp with. Currently, they've got 5 on the roster. Brzee, Shepard, Saunders, Heflin, and then John Penasini, who's entering his 3rd year out of Utah. So you are going to add defensive tackles, plural, before you get to training camp. The question is, are you looking for an undrafted free agent? Are you going to draft a player? Is there a veteran free agent somewhere out there you're looking to sign? Those are all the questions the Saints are going to have to answer, but you have to add a defensive tackle or multiple, and if Mason Smith's on the board at 45, it's really a question of how much do the Saints like him and where do they have him on their board. You got to think of it this way. Like, we all get fixated, and rightfully so, on need. And, let's just check off need in order, right? So the Saints' biggest need is offensive tackle. Well, you're going to use your first pick on offensive tackle. Your next biggest need, likely receiver, you're going to use the 45th pick on the best receiver available. The way that sometimes that gets flipped on its head is if there's a prospect available when you're drafting that you have graded way higher than where you are in the draft. The best example of this always is Ryan Ramczyk. Remember, the Saints traded Brandon Cooks to New England. They got the Patriots' first-round pick, which was number 32 overall. The Saints had starting tackles. You had Teron Armstead and Zach Strief. You did not need a tackle. But they had Ryan Ramczyk as the highest-graded right tackle in the draft. And so he's sitting there at 32, and they got him as the best tackle in the draft, and so, boom, they take him. Zach Strief got injured in that training camp, and we know the rest is history with Ramczyk. He became the best right tackle in football when he was healthy. So sometimes it works out that way, that you're just looking at your board to say, is there such immense value that you can't help but take the best player available? So let's say hypothetically, again, I do not know this, but hypothetically, if the Saints are sitting there at 45 and Keon Coleman's on the board, again, hypothetical, and they have Keon Coleman rated as the 32nd best player overall in the draft. Well, if you think he's the 32nd best player on your board and he's sitting there when you're picking at 45, you're getting immense value out of that. What we don't know is, what do they think of Mason Smith? Like, what if there isn't a receiver available that they like? Or what if there isn't a receiver they like at 45, but Mason Smith is there, and they have Mason Smith 40th overall on the board? Hypothetical, I don't know. Well, then you're getting value out of Mason Smith, and you could say, okay, well, I'll get a receiver later in the draft, somewhere along the way. And my very, very firm contention is there is no way at all the Saints sit there through rounds 3 and 4 without making a pick. They are going to, like, I would bet if there were a way, and I don't, like, you couldn't get odds on this, but if there were a way for me to actually bet money on whether or not the Saints make a pick in round 3 or 4 or not, I would bet all of the things I own that they will make a pick. The Saints are not going to sit there through rounds 3 and 4 without making a pick. They are going to move up somewhere in day 2 or the beginning of day 3 to make a pick, and they're not going to sit there and use 4 fifth-round picks. It's just, that's not how they do business. So it's really just about, how does your board fall in alignment with who's available and what your needs are. I don't think it's an impossibility. I think a more likely scenario than the Saints taking Smith at 45 is if Smith falls into round 3 and the Saints would move up into round 3 to get the defensive tackle, if they go offensive tackle at 14 and receiver at 45. I think that is a very, very plausible scenario for New Orleans as it may work out through day 2 and then into the beginning of day 3 of the draft coming up next week. So Mason Smith did take a pre-draft visit to the New Orleans Saints along with about a half dozen other teams. Or actually, let's see, New Orleans, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Jets, Giants, Minnesota, Buffalo, Green Bay, Charlotte, Arizona. That's 10, and he says he's got a couple more. So about a dozen teams Mason Smith will have visited before this year's draft. Okay, it's After Further Review. Friday show is brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Speaking of, we will be at Don Juan next Thursday for the first round of the draft. If you're looking for something to do, come hang out with us at Don Juan. There'll be giveaways, cocktails, cigars. We'll have a great time. Our whole 104.5 ESPN staff will be there, minus Hester. Hester's going to be up in Detroit for the draft with SiriusXM, but everyone else will be over there, so we hope to see a bunch of y'all there. Come hang out with us, and if you can't be there, you can watch our live stream on the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. Speaking of which, if you are watching on YouTube, do us a favor, subscribe up to the channel, smash the like button. We appreciate you for being there, however you might be watching or listening. All right, quick break. When we come back, we're a little late. We'll head to Gainesville, talk to our buddy Edgar Thompson, get a Gators spring recap. Stick around.
AFR.
Love telling you about Clegg's Nursery with 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Weekend is upon us. It was a little drizzly earlier today, but the rest of the weekend looks awesome. So this is the time, man. If you haven't done it yet, get in the garden, get out in your lawn, just plant something. The flower beds, the patio pots, they've got amazing selections with new flowers and plants and trees and shrubs arriving daily to fill those greenhouses at Clegg's Nursery. Get by any of the locations. Of course, if you need all the accessories, they got you covered. If you need mulch, if you need soil, they've got it bulk or bag. If you need gardening tools, they've got all of that for you as well. I mean, everything from like rakes and shovels and hose and even like hats and gloves to keep the sun off of you. They got you covered for everything at Clegg's. If you're going to be out in your garden, out taking care of your lawn, make sure you visit Clegg's this weekend. Any of the 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Buy local, shop local. Tell them Matt sent you in to Clegg's Nursery.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $11,000 off the new 23 Dodge Charger. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $11,000 off the powerful new Charger. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. The SEC Spring Recap on After Further Review. The Florida Gators.
It's going to be the last spring for Billy Napier there in Gainesville. Let's find out. Edgar Thompson, our buddy from the Orlando Sentinel, good enough to join us. Edgar, how are you, man?
I'm well. I tell you, that intro music that Barry White was about to interview me.
You're not. If only you were so lucky, Edgar. Just you and me. Couple of bald bearded guys. By the way, are you still rocking the beard?
I tell you, I trimmed it down almost to the skin, but I'm growing. I'm always got something going. But yes, I'm growing it a little bit back.
Okay,
dude, I'm heading to Ireland a week from tomorrow with my dad.
Nice.
And I was out working on my golf game right before you called, and yeah, I need a little bit of something over there, right, to fit in.
Sorry to interrupt, man. But we appreciate you for taking the call. You can get back to chipping and putting in a
I'm heading home.
Oh, good. Is this Billy Napier's last spring in Gainesville?
I tell you, if I knew the answer to that, I'd be, pulling up DraftKings right now and placing a side wager. I just don't know, man. I mean, it's like I personally, if I'm, king of Florida and can, if I'm Ben Sass and can make the decision, the school president, I am, unless 4 or fewer wins, I bring the guy back. I just feel like you gotta let this thing grow. It might not be the right guy. He might not last his tenure of 7 years. I'm skeptical there, but you just keep blowing this thing up. If it looks so bad, though, that you got to, then you got to do what you got to do, and I don't think that's going to scare off the next person. But if Billy goes like 6, 7 wins even, and you axe him, which I don't think they would anyway, you're like, who wants to come? And it's just like, the place is crazy in some ways. Fans deserve to feel like they do on many levels, but you got to be a little patient sometimes. A lot of questions about Billy.
Yeah,
Matt, you have them, I have them. You really eliminate like a few games, Arkansas, losing at Vanderbilt, not showing up at Utah and Kentucky. I know that's not how it works, but those are 4 losses that just looked bad. You eliminate even 2 of those, we have a different conversation going.
Is Graham Mertz the guy, or can DJ Lagway actually push him for that quarterback job?
He's the guy.
Okay.
People forget, look, the Leak Tebow thing, I don't think Graham Mertz is quite as good as Leak, but he's not bad. And he's better than I thought he was going to be for sure. Needs to attack downfield a little bit more. This team rarely completed more than a few 20-yard completions. I think it averaged like fewer than 4, and that's not going to get it done in 2024, 2023 football. But he is a good leader. He's tough as nails. The team does rally around him a bit. The offensive line was putrid last year. It's going to be much improved. A lot more length. They moved Damian George from the right tackle to inside. He was ill-suited on the outside. We'll see how it all comes together. But I do think that Graham Mertz is – Tebow threw for 388 yards, I think it was, or 383 in his first year. 200 were against Western Carolina. He had that one rocker step pass against LSU that was a transcendent play. I don't even think the jump pass was anything more than a gimmick. And beyond that, man, he had a few runs at Tennessee. Otherwise, Tim Tebow did not factor heavily that year.
Mm-hmm.
It's revisionist history if people think he helped lead Florida to the title. He was critical in 2 games for sure, and they might not have done it otherwise. But Lagway will have a role, deserves a role. He looked better in the spring game than he's looked all spring by all accounts. He showed an arm. He showed he wasn't the moment wasn't too big for him, and I like that part of it. But he's raw, like any 18-year-old would be moving to the college level.
They got enough weapons on the offensive side to complement either quarterback?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, Eugene Wilson is a premier weapon. Premier. He's Percy Harvin light. He gets the ball in his hands like a Dalvin Cook in space and let him do his thing. I mean, he is that good potentially. Not anointing him yet, but he is good. But who's getting the flies off of him? I have no idea. I mean, their third receiver is like a former walk-on, Khalil Jackson, who's just a solid pass catcher. He's not your number 3 guy. They got to hit the portal, man, for receiver. Montrell Johnson is a solid back, but Trevor Etienne was a major loss, losing him to Georgia, and that's going to hurt. And I think they're going to notice that. But this Jordan Baugh kid is a freshman who was an Alabama recruit, 3-star Georgia kid. The Gators, pulled at the last minute, played everywhere in high school, smaller school. This kid was incredible in the spring game, accelerating his footwork. He looked really good. He's 6 feet, 237. So he could be a revelation and a piece they might not even known they were getting. And that would help.
Edgar Thompson's with us. A couple more minutes here. He's on Twitter at OS Gators, Orlando Sentinel at OS Gators, if you want to give him a follow. Defensively, Austin Armstrong starts his second year as defensive coordinator. Where's the biggest area for improvement that they're expecting year to year?
Well, the front seven's got to improve. It got no pressure, got pushed around all year. I mean, the Kentucky game was a debacle, an embarrassment. And they had 22 sacks as a team last year. You're hanging your DBs out to dry that way. The DBs had their share of mistakes too, but they had, I think, 25 30-yard completions against Florida, which was 13th and last in the SEC or 13th, whatever it was. They had 3 picks, which was the fewest in the nation, along with Temple. So the secondary struggled because the front struggled, in my opinion. The front got no pressure a lot of the time. Princey Mamelian's gone to Ole Miss, but they have some guys. They have some new guys. They got the number 1 defensive line recruit in the country, and L.J. McCray out of Daytona Beach. He looks the part, 6'6", 274, is like an 18-year-old. He's got tons of upside. DJ Searcy, remember that name? He comes off the edge. He's very talented. Cam Jackson has dropped weight, a Memphis transfer last year. He ballooned a bit. He plays about 340 instead of 380. He can dominate. They got pieces. Kelby Collins, number 1 recruit in their class last year. They got out of Alabama. I think he's moving inside. He could be a great 3 technique. They got some good players, man. I think Puff Howard, the South Carolina transfer. Here's the problem. I don't know what the depth is. So we got to see, and guys are going to have to develop. And the defense was the issue last year, man. I mean, they scored enough points to win some of those games they lost, but the defense just collapsed. 38-3, and average 38-3 in the last 5 games, all losses. So that's really hard to overcome 38-3 every week.
Yeah. Florida's going to be one of the really interesting storylines in all of college football. I mean, obviously, it's one of the great brands, and falling on difficult times there under Napier. Curious to see how much that needle might point up. We'll be following all off season and throughout the season. Edgar, appreciate it, man. We'll look forward to seeing you in Dallas at Media Days here in a couple months.
Great to hear from you, Matt. Thanks.
I mean, hey, hit them straight in Ireland, okay?
I'm going to try, man. I'm working.
All right,
See ya.
That's Edgar Thompson. We always appreciate a couple minutes. I think I told this story last year. Edgar is Edgar's a tall, lean guy. And if you're watching, you could see he's lean, he's bald-headed like me. And in the picture, he's clean-shaven. Edgar's always been clean-shaven as long as I've known him. Last year, I'm on an escalator going down. There's a guy going up opposite me, and I hear, "Hey, Matt," and it's a familiar voice, but I didn't recognize him. No, it was Edgar, who had grown this gigantic beard. I mean, like months of growth. Like, not just like I have this. I mean, like,
like
long.
ZZ Top?
No, not like to
long?
his belt, but like,
hey, man.
but like a beard, like a Santa beard. Like it's
Okay.
off your, not like I have, right? Where it's more like just dark scruff. I mean, it was off his face, like a beard. And I was like, I doubled back and I walked up to him. I was like, Edgar? He turned around. I was like, bro, I didn't recognize you at all with the beard. So anyway, that's why I asked him at the beginning about the beard. All right, it's After Further Review. We're glad you're aboard with us here. We're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen. Theriot is going to be here in 15 minutes for a little Riot Radio Hour. If you are in the market for a vehicle, heading out this weekend with some beautiful weather for a few test drives, make sure Volkswagen is on your list. South Point Volkswagen, airline just north of Highland. If you're in Lafayette, our folks listen on ESPN 1037 Lafayette and 1041 Lake Charles. Southwest Volkswagen, there to service you. But our state's largest volume Volkswagen dealer, South Point Volkswagen. And remember, you get all the great German engineering, style, feel, performance of luxury, the thing I say all the time. But remember, manufactured right here in the US of A at their Chattanooga, Tennessee plant. So you're supporting American jobs as well. It's South Point Volkswagen. SouthPointVW.com. South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction? All right, we're checking off all of our SEC spring recaps. Got about a half dozen of them done this week. So the last, I believe, like the last batch of spring games this week. I think A&M is this weekend. So the last batch of spring games are this weekend. So we'll race through and finish all the spring recaps next week. You're just getting a little flavor for how everybody did in the spring around the league. I got a quick break, y'all. We're glad you're here. When we come back, how about the LSU gymnastics team? We were watching the meet yesterday here in studio while we were on air, and they caught the mother of all breaks last night. LSU is on the verge of winning the program's first ever national championship in gymnastics. Couple thoughts on that before Theriot gets in here. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
Man, I love telling you about the Watermark Hotel and the Renaissance Hotel. Two amazing hotel properties. Of course, you can always host your event at either the Watermark downtown, the Renaissance Southtown. But I want to remind you, if you're looking for something to do tonight, evenings at the Renaissance with Noel Family Distillery. That's tonight over at the Renaissance Hotel. Tallulah inside the Renaissance. Great opportunity if you want to get by. It's from 6 until 8:30 over at the Renaissance. It's complimentary. Tickets are free to get in there, and you'll be tasting some amazing cocktails with the Noel Distillery spirits. Sweet Victory, which is tequila cask finish rum, Cream de Banana, Orgeat, I don't know if I'm saying that right, dry Curacao, tiki bitters, the Petite Paloma, the perfect pickle shot with pickle vodka. Go try some fantastic cocktails and have a night out at the Renaissance Hotel. It's evenings at the Renaissance at Tallulah, tonight at the Renaissance Hotel.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off F-150s, $10,000 off the new F-150 truck, plus 1.9% for 72 months. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and the Baton Rouge Clinic bring you the Dreams Come True Radiothon. Dreams Come True is an organization designed to help grant dreams for children with life-threatening illnesses and their families. The Dreams Come True Radiothon is presented today by Louisiana Land Bank, Cypress Roofing, and Patient Plus. Donate today at 1045ESPN.com.
I think the best comp I can give you for what happened yesterday for the LSU gymnastics team is what happened last year for the LSU women's basketball team. Of course, we know that last year LSU beat Virginia Tech in the Final Four and moved on to the national championship. And they played Iowa because Iowa upset South Carolina. And it's not to say that LSU wouldn't have beaten South Carolina in the national championship, but that was a matchup that didn't favor LSU. The Iowa matchup was much more advantageous for LSU, and we saw what happened, and LSU went on to win the national championship. Sometimes that's how it goes when you're in a tournament like this. And gymnastics is unforgiving with the format. It doesn't matter what you did all year. When you get to the semifinals, only the top 2 from each heat advance to the championship, and you have the 4 on the floor, which is essentially the Final Four, and it's one meet, and whoever of the 4 teams has the best score in that meet wins the national championship. And LSU yesterday advanced, as we told you. It was LSU and Cal out of their side. So we knew LSU made the 4 on the floor for Saturday. And it was really a matchup that everybody was looking at. It was going to be LSU and Oklahoma. LSU, of course, was the runner-up a year ago, and Oklahoma is the back-to-back defending national champion. And as great as LSU has been this year, Oklahoma at their best has been even better than LSU. Well, yesterday, I don't know any other way to say it than Oklahoma choked. They choked. I mean, I know that's brutal and harsh, and we're talking about college athletes, but Oklahoma is the best team in the country this year, and they didn't advance out of their semifinal. Florida and Utah did. So now LSU is easily the prohibitive favorite to win the national championship on Saturday. It'll be LSU, Cal, Florida, and Utah for the national championship on Saturday, 4 o'clock on ABC. By the way, as an aside, kind of like we talked about with the women's basketball championship being on ABC, I love that gymnastics is going to be there as well. It's going to be great exposure for this sport, which is it's athletic and it's fun and it's upbeat. It moves quickly as well. It's awesome. As another aside, congrats to Haley Bryant, who becomes just the second LSU gymnast in history to win the national championship in the all-around. Aaliyah Finnegan is the national championship in the floor exercise, but we've talked about Haley. She's the Joe Burrow, the Pete Maravich, whoever in your estimation is the greatest in the history of their sport at LSU. That is Haley Bryant in gymnastics, and she continues to further solidify and cement that legacy, and she has a chance now to lead her team to the national championship. But if LSU on Saturday goes out and performs the way that they have all year, LSU is going to win the national championship in gymnastics. Which is awesome to think, man. It's a program that's been close so many times. And, of course, when Jay Clark got here is really when the program emerged. Dee Dee was a coach for a long time, but they were never really an elite program until Jay Clark got here and started bringing in the elite talent. And he's on the precipice now of winning the program's first national championship. So I hope they crush it on Saturday. They just go perform the way they have all year. And if they do, we should be back here on Monday celebrating LSU's first ever national championship in gymnastics, which would be awesome. So good luck to the ladies. 4 o'clock for the gymnastics national championship. All right, Theriot in studio for hour number 2 next.
AFR.
Brought to you by First South Farm Credit. If you're thinking about buying land, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. I actually should have had Theriot in here for this because Theriot is going through this process right now. He's trying to buy some land, and so I've connected him with First South Farm Credit. Didn't even need me to. I mean, you could just call or go online, which I always encourage people to do. FirstSouthLand.com. That's FirstSouthLand.com for First South Farm Credit. Since 1916, First South Farm Credit has specialized doing one thing: helping Louisianians buy land. So if you're thinking, I'd love that hunting property, First South Farm Credit. Maybe you want to, I got a relative who just bought some land in Mississippi and built an Airbnb. A camp for an Airbnb. You want to buy a bunch of land in Mississippi? First South Farm Credit can help you do that as well. Maybe it's 1,000 acres for agriculture or 20 acres to build that dream home. First South Farm Credit. Your first call should be to First South Farm Credit.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. A play-in tournament doubleheader on ESPN Radio starting at 6:30 Eastern with the Bulls and Heat, the winner to face the Celtics in the first round. Then the Kings and Pelicans with the winner getting the Thunder. ESPN's Brian Windhorst says except for the Celtics and Nuggets, there could be some first-round surprises.
This is such a tightly packed playoffs with the exception of whoever the Celtics play and this series. Every other series, you could easily see the lower seed winning. All 6 of them. It's not you have to make a case at all.
Brian Windhorst on Carlin versus Joe. Another UConn player enters the NBA draft. This time, it's freshman guard Stephon Castle. He's ranked 9th on the ESPN list of top 100 NBA prospects. Jets quarterback Zach Wilson will skip the team's voluntary offseason workouts. His status still in limbo with the draft coming next week. Earlier, Wilson was given permission to talk with other teams about a possible trade.
As humans, we like having options. One option you might like is speaking with a real person when you call about your credit card. With 24/7 live, U.S.-based customer service from Discover, everyone can talk to a real person anytime, day or night. Limitations apply. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
Let's ride.
It's that Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You picture better reload.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot, presented by Alpha Customs. Alpha Customs, Prairieville and Lafayette, and online at alphacustoms.net.
Well, how's your week going?
Week was good.
Yeah, good.
I have a good. I'm full of good ideas.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
The wave pool, although probably full of bacteria, flesh-eating parasites, and the occasional turd, provides endless hours of fun. It's not cool to have a 30A sticker on the back of your grocery go-getter. Big fan of the truck.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Theriot around third. He heads for home. Here's the throw. He is safe. Packers win. Packers win. Go.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
We're here. Glad you are as well. Make it a good one. Yo! Brah! back-to-back weeks. We are so back.
We're on fire right now.
Until next week when I'm at Zurich.
He gone.
Are you going to come down?
I want to come
You're
down.
not coming down. Tilly told me today he might be coming down.
Here's the
He
thing.
and Leslie might come down.
We got playoffs.
Come on down.
But here's the deal. We got 2 on Thursday, 1 on Friday. So if we win the 2 on Thursday, I'm in.
Got it. Oh, you'll come down to NOLA?
I'm in.
Will you really?
Absolutely.
Oh, let's go.
100%.
Who y'all playing?
Darbone Woods.
Oh, so y'all got this. I mean, what is that? Let me know what that is. Okay, got it. So
I'll
tell the
probably
boys, like,
be there.
Get your rest. You know what I mean? Like, show up locked in, take care of business, and then
Papa got to go down.
And
to
Papa
NOLA.
can come down to NOLA, and we can do the show. You gonna have fun, man. Have you been to Zurich?
I haven't, and that's why I want to go.
You're gonna have fun, man. I'm telling you, it's a great event. Like, if you don't like golf, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's food, music, party if you want that, and there's golf if you want that.
I like golf. I'm just not good at it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, it's just kind of amazing just to watch them play. It's crazy.
So Gordy kind of talked me into this the other night at a track meet.
Into what?
Going.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he put it on me and pretty good, and so like I think I want to do it. I think it'd be a good thing. So if we win Thursday too, I'm in. That
Cricket's
would be 3 in a row. Pawpaw cricket. That's a win. That's a streak right there.
But then the next Friday,
Okay.
I'm taking the day off because I'm going to Jazz Fest to see Foo Fighters.
Oh, who's hosting?
Probably Muse. You gonna come in?
I mean, if I go 3 in a row, I feel like I need to just keep it going.
You all have that conversation.
We'll have the combo.
Okay.
All right.
In the meantime, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Doing
yeah,
well.
All's well. Good. Glad to hear that.
Well, been
Look
busy.
good.
Yeah, it's been a busy week.
Growing the hair out.
Growing my hair out.
It's dry as well.
Okay, it's dry.
I don't love it.
Yeah, I'm growing it out. I got the little.
Does Jonna like it?
I don't know that. I don't know if
You
she
didn't.
likes it.
You didn't ask her. Erica always just gives me her opinion. Like, she hates my bald beard look.
Yeah.
She thinks I look angry. Do I look angry?
Nah, you look tough. I think you look tough. I don't say angry.
Go to that camera.
Scary.
I don't look angry, do I?
No. You look tough. Yeah.
You always look angry. Like, I don't feel angry.
Yeah, no, she hasn't said. My daughters like it.
Okay.
Like the hair. So that's good. That's a win.
Yeah, that is true.
I think Jonna likes it.
Okay.
If she didn't, she would tell me.
Okay. I mean, I don't really have a right to have an opinion. I'm a bald guy. What can I mean?
Yeah.
If you have hair, you're beating me. You know.
Yeah.
You're winning.
So yes, it's been a good week.
Good.
Yep. Busy stuff over at the office. Getting a new office on the way, so that's exciting. It's gonna be a lot of fun. You actually went today.
I
to go
did.
check it out. So we'll be talking about that more here pretty quick.
We'll have the new company name announced.
Oh man.
Any day now.
We got some action coming.
New company name coming any day now.
The swag is off the charts.
So I've heard. So I've seen.
Whew. So here we go. I got a letter for you guys. I'm not the biggest NBA fan. Matter of fact, I really don't like the NBA,
love the
except
NBA.
for in the playoffs.
I'm so
Then I
nervous.
do like it.
I'm so nervous.
So I got a letter. I watched the Pels the other night. I got a letter. I wrote it to Zion.
Oh no.
So here goes.
Okay.
Dear Zion. First, let me say the 40 burger you put up in the first game of the play-in tournament was awesome.
What?
You took the game overtimes, and no matter who they put on you, it seemed like you couldn't be stopped. They had them all. They put everybody, even LeBron. They put everybody on you. They couldn't stop you. You ran over LeBron. You tried to take a charge. You almost put him out of the game. Like, it was good.
Yeah.
You played well. CJ McCollum sucked. So you really didn't have a choice, or else you guys would have got blown out of the gym. Brandon Ingram disappeared in the fourth quarter, sat on the bench and with a towel over his head.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much you alone, Zion, by yourself. My guy Jose had some moments. For the life of me, I don't understand why he doesn't play more, but whatever. And there was a couple more guys.
Like 25 minutes.
Yeah, they were playing well. There's a couple guys. I can't remember the fella's name that hit the 2 threes, long threes.
Trey Murphy?
Murphy. Put him right back in it.
Yeah.
He big contributor. But you, Zion, you're the face of the franchise. You're the best player on the team. First round pick. You got to put the Pelicans on your back. You had to put the Pelicans on your back for a win.
Loaded them up.
In order to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But in true Zion fashion,
Don't do it.
just as it got to be crunch time, right when it was time for you to have your moment,
You got hurt. Or did you? I don't know if you did, if you did.
Come on, he hurt his hamstring. Let's go. Come
Hey,
on.
he hurt his hamstring. My hamstring hurts, okay?
You're also not playing in the NBA.
You walked off the court under your own power, might I add. No problem. No limp. Never to be seen again. I'm not going to sit here and list all the athletes that have played hurt in big games in order for their team to advance or win a championship because I'd be here all day long. But we could definitely do that and play that game. But I will say this. If you can walk off under your own power without a limp, then your ass should be in the game. Finish the game. Get your team to the playoffs. That's what you're there for. That's why they gave you all the money, to be in the game in the big moment. I don't care about the 40 points. I could care less. I need you on the floor at the end of the game. You're basically Sammy Sosa, who can't win championships because you hit homers when you're up by 10 or down by 10. Suck it up, Zion, and win the game for your teammates and fans. Now, this has happened for years now. And to make matters worse, Anthony Davis, the guy who won it out of NOLA, sealed a deal with 4 clutch free throws.
Street close.
You missed multiple free throws, Zion, throughout the game that would have put us in a much better spot. Free throws.
Us?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I was pulling for him.
Take it. Anthony Davis was 8 of 10 from the line. LeBron was 10 of 10 from the line.
I don't blame I don't blame Zion. I blame the enablers. I blame the ones that have coddled you in this organization and made it okay to put yourself above the team. From the GM all the way down. At some point, enough is enough. Somebody has to say, get your butt out on the court and win the game. You've got the entire offseason to heal whatever might be hurting. The fake hamstring injury. Tired of watching soft players excuse themselves from competition when they're needed the most. Zion, you can kick rocks. Sincerely, Ryan. I'm tired of it, bro.
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the situation. I mean, it's spilled milk at this point, but you do realize the Lakers attempted 29 free throws and the Pels attempted 15.
Yeah. Look, I get it.
They attempted double the amount of free throws.
And they made them.
And the Pels had 60 points in the paint, but nobody got fouled. Give me a break.
No, there were some fouls on Zion. There were some bad calls. And C.J. McCollum decided just not to play. I mean, good Lord. I could have made some of those shots.
He was 4 of 15.
He stunk.
1 of 9 from 3. He was bad. He was bad. All right. Win tonight or the season's over. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Glow Resources. Maybe the Pelicans are looking for a new coach. They could enlist the help of Glow Resources.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to professional personnel placement, Glow Resources, they are complete employer solutions. You need employees? Let Glow Resources help. Look, they're not a temp staffing agency. That's not what they do. They are all about placing skilled, professional people as a permanent solution in the job you have available. If you need skilled blue-collar workers, they got you. If you need, their white-collar division, you need C-level management, stop going through that rat race. And by the way, yeah, their corporate office here in Baton Rouge, which I love about it, that they're committed to Louisiana. But they've got locations in Baton Rouge, Houston, Miami, New Orleans, Orlando, Ridgeland, all over. And they place employees in jobs all over the country and the world. So if you're a business owner and you need help, you need Glow Resources. GLO, glowresources.com.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off F-150s, $10,000 off the new F-150 truck, plus 1.9% for 72 months. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends.
I pull up in the expedition. They be like, no, he didn't. Tattoos and fast cars, do you know who we are? I'm Lil Weezy, putting it down for them all. Every time I come around the city, bang, bang. Make it rain, read about anything, bang.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Do you know who Gary Brecka is? You ever heard of him?
No.
I know there's people listening right now or watching who know about this guy. So long story short, very, very abbreviated Cliff Notes. And I have no idea, by the way, but I find him fascinating. So I love this podcast called How I Built This. I've told you about this. Cliff's Notes it's a show where people who built really big companies go and tell how they built their company.
Oh, okay.
Great
Cool.
show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the recent episodes was Whole30. You know what Whole30 is?
I don't.
It's like a diet deal. It's about getting whole ingredients or whatever. I listen to all of them. I think they're all great. So anyway, I kind of just start researching Whole30. So now naturally I'm getting all this like health stuff, in my feed and everything. So I start getting Gary Brecka in my feed. Fascinating dude. He's like a human biologist, not a doctor, and it's sort of a different way of looking at illness and disease and all different types of stuff. It's been fascinating. So anyway, one of the things he does, like a cheek swab to determine if you have these genetic mutations, which could cause the deficiencies in how your body breaks down different nutrients and all. I find it fascinating, and I'm just curious if anybody has gone through that process or done any of that.
The cheek swab?
Yeah, that or any of the stuff. So I'm fascinated. So I ordered the cheek swab.
Okay.
And I'm curious. I sent it off yesterday. It'll come back, and I'll get like 5 days, and it'll tell me if I have a genetic mutation that could lead to deficiencies in certain nutrients. So then I could supplement with methylated vitamins and stuff. I'm just curious if anybody's done this. I'm not pushing or being salesy. I'm legitimately wondering. I'm on this journey of learning, of finding out more.
So I did.
I have nothing. I have zero in it at all. I mean, except for the money I've spent to buy the cheek swab.
I did the blood work a few years back to figure out food allergies.
With who?
I don't remember.
No. See, I do my blood work twice a year with aesthetic medicine.
It was a game changer. It told me that I was highly allergic to things that I'd been eating my whole life.
Oh, really?
And I'm like,
makes sense.
I'm like, no, I'm good. Like I've eaten mustard all the time. I love eggs and milk, and all. And so I asked I guess it was a doctor.
Yeah.
I asked the doctor, I said, how could I be highly allergic to this stuff if I feel fine? He's like, no. You'll feel like Superman if you stop eating or, drinking those things. And then also I found out that 98, 97% of Americans are highly allergic to wheat. Like beer.
Yeah.
And which was interesting as well.
I don't know if it's wheat or if it's like the fact that in America all grains are all sprayed with folic acid.
Could be that too.
And what I learned from this guy is there's half of humans don't process folic acid. So we need methylfolate, right? We need the broken down version of it. Anyway, I find it interesting. I just don't know. I don't know anything about this. I've never been like a health nut guy, right? I mean, I work out. Mm-hmm. I try to eat well when I can, but I've taken vitamins my whole life. Like I've always supplemented with a multi or vitamin D, C. So I mean, that's ever since I was a kid. My parents always gave us a multi, and they gave us calcium, magnesium, all that sort of stuff. So that's as long as I've been alive. That's always been part of my daily routine. I wake up in the morning and I just eat my vitamins. But I'm wondering, am I taking the wrong stuff? Should I take better stuff? Could I feel better? Because mostly for me, it's like all the ache. It's like the achy joint stuff that I deal with all the time. And I'm like, is it because I'm inflamed? Is it what I'm eating? Is it, I don't know.
All the above? I mean,
probably.
Are you a mutant? What if it comes back and it says like you should be part of the X-Men? Like you're part Wolverine.
That'd be pretty cool. I get my hair back.
You could get your hair.
What if I become a superhuman and I get hair again?
Oh man.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
I'd love that.
That'd be the coolest. I want to do the test.
Okay. I'm curious if any, I'm dead serious. If anybody has done that,
I want to do it.
Let me know, and I'm curious what your results are. Because I told Erica about it, and I really want to do it for Drew as well, because there's a lot of different things from how it might handle attention deficit and a lot of different behavioral things. So because Drew has a lot of special needs, I mean, we manage this cocktail of 30 medicines and supplements he gets every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's a ton of stuff he gets every day. And so I'm like, are we giving him the right stuff? So that was really my thoughts. So I'm like, well, let me try it on me first. And if it goes well, then I want to see how it goes for Drew. So I'm fascinated by that now. It's just really sparked my interest. So,
Well, I want to do it. Send me the info.
All right, I will. All right, we're brought to you by Relief Windows. We're going to do Kick Rocks in just a second. I did go to the new building today.
Yeah.
For the new roof company. Well, coming any day now.
Bro.
Excited about it.
So fired up. I want to talk about this so bad.
We're going to need windows in the new building, though.
We will.
We need new windows. You know who we're calling?
We'll call
Relief Windows.
And doors, too.
Yeah, that's so true. Energy-efficient replacement windows. Beautiful entry doors. Hardy plank vinyl siding.
We need siding.
We do need
siding.
siding.
We do need the whole thing.
Need it all. What about indoor shutters?
Why not?
Relief Windows.
I'm calling Brandon right now.
It's Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com. Commercial or residential, it's Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com. Okay, if you don't call Relief Windows, you know what you can do?
Yeah,
you can kick rocks.
It's time to Kick Rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rocks.
Presented by Ruckus. Kick Rocks with shoes from Ruckus. Jones Creek Road in Baton Rouge. Or go to ruckus103.com.
Tom Brady can kick rocks. That's a standing kick rocks, but this one's
a perpetual kick rock.
Kick Rocks.
Did you prepare?
Yeah. Okay, you can kick rocks for being a middle midget.
Kick rocks.
Costing your team 4 points.
They can kick a whole bag of rocks for that.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
I think we're gonna be good. I'm working it out right now. We have a special guest on the show today.
Man, we need him.
I know. I think so. Working on it. TBD.
Yeah, we gotta get it. So, Paul Skeens, the greatest pitcher behind Ben McDonald in LSU history, because Ben had a flat top, but Paul did have a mustache. Okay. Tied for the greatest pitcher in LSU history with Ben McDonald.
I love this. I do like that argument, but I think the greatest career at LSU is Aaron Nolan.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
The best talent forever has been Ben McDonald until Skeens came.
Yeah.
But the best pitcher, best career at LSU is Aaron Nolan.
And beyond, too. I mean, Aaron has had a phenomenal major league career. You know what? The third best pitcher in LSU history behind Aaron Nolan and Ben McDonald. Paul Skeens.
It's really just how you defined it.
Yeah.
Best career, best talent, best arm,
I like
best
to put it all together,
season.
though. I think I like.
It's hard because it was 1 year.
I like college and pro.
Oh,
I like that. So I'm gonna.
We may look back and Skeens may.
Maybe. Not today. Today it's Aaron, then Ben.
Okay. Got it.
Maybe Brian Wilson somewhere in there.
Got it.
So anyway, Paul has struck out almost everyone that he's faced in his first 4 games in AAA. Literally,
that's true.
He's I think is over 2 punchies an inning, 2.5 punchies an inning with fastball.
Yeah.
I don't, but he had 8 and 3 1/3 last night.
It's dumb.
I mean, like,
yeah,
he threw 134 times last night.
Oh my god.
He threw 134 times.
That's what Baseball America said.
He threw 100 miles an hour
34
times.
Yes.
You said 134 times. I wanted to clarify, so you weren't thinking it was 134 pitches.
Oh, yeah.
He threw 100 miles and he hit 100 miles an hour 34 times. So he recorded 10 outs and 8 of them were strikeouts.
Yes.
In AAA.
Yeah.
These are people that are
They're there. I mean, they're right there.
You're there.
You're right there. An injury away from being a dude.
And Paul Skeens is like, just you don't even have a name badge. Just go sit down.
All you guys.
Anonymous henchman.
That's right. So the Pittsburgh Pirates can kick rocks.
Oh, I know where you're going.
Kick rock.
I know where you're going.
We're wasting bullets at this point. Honestly, we're wasting bullets. Like, he throws really, really hard, and that's hard on your arm. You need to get him up there when it matters while we're good. Like, he's got to be in the big leagues ASAP. There's no reason. There is
It's
no
why
reason.
he's only throwing 3 innings.
Do it in the big leagues. Why not?
Yeah, they're going to extend him in the big leagues. But
Why?
you know what they're doing. We had this same conversation with Chris Bryant.
Extended. Why? Why
You
not
know
pitch him
why.
for 3 innings in the big leagues?
You know why?
He's striking out everybody.
Why have they not called him up yet?
Because they don't want to pay him. But they can kick rocks for not wanting to pay him. And by the way, Muse would know better than me, but I think the Pirates are pretty good this year. Right? I think they're good.
They're doing well. They just called up another pitcher, actually, like yesterday.
They called up a guy and left him down. It's unbelievable. What's the Pirates' record?
Let's see.
I'm looking up right now.
I think they're good.
Pirates are 11-8.
Yeah.
They're third in the Central right now.
Central's good. Cubbies are ahead of them.
Cubbies are 12-7.
I didn't even do this on purpose, but this is kind of MLB focused here. The Colorado Rockies can kick rock.
Kick rock.
The Colorado Rockies inserted their ace pitcher, Kyle Freeland, in to pinch run in Philly.
Okay.
You know what, Kyle? Go pinch run. You're making $30 million a year. What could go wrong?
Gardenhose! Warm up! You're going in!
Kyle proceeded to collide with the catcher at home on a play and is now on the 15-day DL with an injured elbow.
What could possibly go wrong?
What a bunch of stupid
I love
idiots.
when you prep the show is so much better.
Oh, man. Yeah, you know what, Skeens?
Hey, way to go, run amok.
Skeens, go hit for him. They're not going to drill you, I promise. What a bunch of morons. Good. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Hey, see, the kid never doubted him for a minute. Rosenberger. All right. What else you got over there?
Let's see. And then that's really all I got. But I thought it was a couple good ones.
All right. That was really good. Kick Rocks brought to you by Ruckus. I think I'm going to go tomorrow over to Ruckus.
I have to go tomorrow.
Do you, like last time you said that, you left me high and dry, and I ended up just going with Drew. And that was the day I got Erica shoes, Drew shoes, and me shoes. Maybe if you'd shown I'd have gotten you something.
I have some shoes on hold over there.
Oh.
That I have to go pick up. I'm
What do
going
you have?
tomorrow. The J's.
Which ones?
The new ones. The ones with the that I showed you with the
I know.
thing.
I want them to. I wonder if they still have my size.
Yeah, text them.
I know. They've been on, I texted Jalen yesterday. I was like, bro, y'all have been on fire.
They're killing it. I mean, like every time they drop one on socials, okay, I gotta have that. I gotta have those.
That's where I am too.
Yeah, I think that's what the message I want to give to the listeners. 2 messages on Ruckus. Number 1, Ruckus and Lafayette.
Yeah.
If you live in Acadiana or in that area, please go stop by and check these people out.
It's right across. It's right down the street from our friends Delta Media. Their property they own on Rue Jefferson downtown. It's
right
like
there.
right across the street and down like, it's like 50 yards maybe.
That, and then second, 2B. Follow Ruckus on social media to see what you and I see.
Yeah.
What is it? Ruckus 103?
Ruckus 103, yeah.
Follow them on all social
RUKUS.
media. Yeah.
Yeah.
Check them out, man.
Go get you some sneaks tomorrow. Get some kicks.
Do it.
All right, it's after further review. Stick around.
AFR.
Brought to you by Darren James and Associates, brokered by LPT Realty. I always love sharing raving fan shout-outs. This one came in from Mr. Terrence Jenkins, who said, Darren, excellent realtor and great person. He's been a top realtor in Louisiana for a very long time, and I 100% recommend him to anyone in the area. Our house sold for way more than what we thought and got an offer the same day. Darren is always positive, family-oriented, truly wants to see everyone succeed. Don't buy or sell in Baton Rouge without talking to Darren James first. That's another client testimonial, a raving fan from Terrence Jenkins. And look, I'm in that number as well. Darren has helped Eric and I buy 2 homes, sell a home. If you need a realtor, you need the best. You need Darren James. 335-7666, 335-7666, or agent225.com. That's agent225.com. The market is starting to heat up, y'all. If you're thinking about selling your home, call Darren James.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $11,000 off the new 23 Dodge Charger. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $11,000 off the powerful new Charger. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com.
Bounce with the juvenile, that ain't it. I do the jubilee, oh, we made that it. Shake, baby, shake, baby, shake, 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 baby, shake.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
While you're busy with spring cleaning, we'd like to add to the clutter in your wallet, in your bank account. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
got him.
Yeah, thought I was being slick. But it's to the tune of $2,000. It's the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge Spring Cha-Ching, powered by Citizens Bank and Trust. Register today at 1045ESPN.com.
You know, Muse, they don't know if you don't tell them. It's a little radio trick.
That's fair.
So you could have just kept rolling, cluttered your wallet, and nobody would have known.
Yeah,
you didn't stop.
That's fair.
You just keep on rolling there.
Might do that next time.
Write that down.
Yep.
from Van Wilder. Write that down. He says, I don't have a pen. So say I don't have a pen.
Oh, I don't have a pen.
Remember that then. Everybody, of course, with the transfer portal in full swing right now, keeping an eye on what LSU might do in the portal. And I think everybody obviously is looking at defensive line. We've talked about a plethora of players already in the portal that LSU could be targeting. If you've missed any of that, you can catch it on demand at 1045ESPN.com or the AFR YouTube channel. I think maybe the most interesting thing I saw, though, was Tom Luganbill over at ESPN looked at the best landing spot for the top players in the portal. And he did have one of the players that he said the best landing spot was LSU, and it's Dayon Hayes. You ever heard of Dayon Hayes?
No.
Yeah, me either. But he's a senior who's transferring from Pitt, 6'3", 265-pounder, and he's an edge rusher. This one kind of confuses me a little bit. You never turn down pass rushers in football, right? The three most important positions: quarterback, the people that protect the quarterback, left tackle, the people that affect the quarterback, edge rusher. So if you have an edge rusher that wants to cut an elite edge rusher that wants to come to your program, awesome.
Yeah, you take him.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But is that really a need for LSU? I don't know that it is. Hayes last year had 45 tackles, 10.5 for loss, and 4 sacks. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That's a good year.
LSU's most productive pass rusher last year was Harold Perkins, who had 13 TFLs and 5.5 sacks. So Perkins had a more productive year as a pass rusher last year than did Hayes. Mm-hmm. Different positions, though, now, because Perkins is moving inside, as we well know. But even look at Braden Swinson. 6.5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. Savion Jones at 3.5 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks. Paris Shand at 5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. Deshaun Womack, 1.5 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks. You've got a lot of guys back. And while Hayes was more productive than all of the guys I just mentioned except for Harold Perkins, my question is, who do you take off the field? Like, Perkins can be inside, but if Hayes, let's say Hayes comes to LSU, are you going to replace Deshaun, or are you going to place Savion Jones or Braden Swinson among your starters?
No.
And
Womack is a freak too.
That's the really interesting thing, because when you look at your twos, Paris Shand looks great this offseason, the rotation in the spring. And then you mentioned Womack, who is a 5-star that they're very excited about.
Mm-hmm.
And I started thinking about Blake Baker at Missouri. So Blake Baker was the DC at Mizzou for 2 years, and each year he had a defensive end pop off. So in 22, Isaiah McGuire had 13 TFLs and 7.5 sacks. Okay, this was 2 years ago. He's 6'4", 266. He's the same size as Braden Swinson, who's 6'5", 269. It's basically physically the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's to say Braden Swinson wouldn't be able to have the same type of production McGuire did that year? They're a very comparable player. And then the one everybody knows from this past year is Darius Robinson from Missouri. So Darius Robinson, who's probably going to be a high NFL draft pick, had 14 tackles for loss and 8.5 sacks. Well, Darius Robinson is a big end. He's 6'6", 280. Well, so is Savion Jones, who's 6'5", 290. So, when I look at Robinson and Savion Jones, I'm like, Blake Baker has replicas of the 2 guys he had at Missouri the last 2 years who popped off. And by the way, you're throwing Harold Perkins into the mix. Again, I never want to say, you don't look at a defensive end or an edge rusher. I just don't know that this is a need for LSU. On the interior, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you moved an offensive lineman to interior defensive line in the spring in Kimo Makaneoli, and he was taking reps with the ones. You got to go get starting caliber players on the interior of your defensive line. I just don't know the defensive end is what you're really looking for right now.
Of any of those guys you mentioned, could you kick them to the interior size-wise?
I mean, it's a good question, and I think there's packages where, even Brian Kelly said this, where there's going to be third down situations. Blake Baker said there's going to be third down situations where Perkins is playing on the edge, where he's going to rush the passer. Yeah. And there's going to be times where they take Paris Shand and kick him inside. And so you have a NASCAR package with 4 edge rushers on the field and obvious passing downs when you want to get pressure. But I don't know, man. I'm not saying you turn down a guy that's a proven pass rusher, but 10.5 tackles for loss, 4 sacks last year. It's not dramatically better than any of the guys LSU has, and you've got good depth there. Like, you've recruited and retained well there. Like, if you had lost Shand or Swinson or Jones in this offseason, it's a different conversation because you'd be just counting on young guys hoping they take the next step, but you've got a bunch of veteran proven guys already. So I just saw it from Tom Lugan, Bill. I mean, I'd love to think there's some interior players that are going to be top players in the portal that are going to be projected to LSU. I just don't know that you need defensive ends projected to LSU right now. All right, it's after further review. Been telling people about Supper Club this week. So fired up.
Oh my God.
Supper Club, which 2 years ago.
Oh, bro.
2 years ago, man. Actually, when they had their grand opening, do you remember you and Jana and me and Erica went together to the grand opening?
We did.
2 years ago. That's been 2 years, man. Yep. And in 2 years, they've just continued to dish out amazing experiences for people in the Baton Rouge area and from all around that have come to Supper Club, because quite honestly, there's nothing as far as an experience, certainly, that comes close to rivaling what they do at Supper Club. Everything is super thoughtful, from the curved walls, the playful, fun flooring, which they brought in from Holland, by the way, the beaded walls. And you walk in and you know you're experiencing something fun and energetic and awesome. It's like you stepped out of Baton Rouge and into New York or Vegas or one of these amazing places. But the other thing too is they're also they're styled but sophisticated. You know what I mean? But they're sophisticated and playful at the same time, where you can go have a great meal, a great experience over at Supper Club. I'm fired up about getting over there to try the one thing I haven't had yet is the tomahawk Wagyu.
So I've had it.
How was it?
Unbelievable.
So the Wagyu tomahawk, which is this picture right here, Paul, if you want to show it. It's from True Grit Cattle Company in Western Pennsylvania. Supper Club is the only restaurant in Louisiana that has access to sell that Wagyu tomahawk.
It's unbelievable, too, by the way. And the steak is great. I know everybody loves steak. Everybody, the steak snobs, right? But
I'm one of them. You know that.
You don't have a hair on your ass if you don't order the butter cake when you go to Supper Club. They have the best butter cake on the planet. It is it will change your life. I tried to order the whole cake. They give you just a slice. I didn't want the slice. I want the whole cake. They wouldn't give it to me.
I mean, you do realize that they also have steaks from Sagrera Farms in Ethel, where they buy the whole animal. Like, some people don't even believe Chef when he says, like, he's brought guests into the kitchen to show them, like, they buy the animal whole after it's been slaughtered and they butcher it in-house. Nobody does that. Supper Club does that.
Where's it from?
From Ethel.
You know where the butter cake's from? Heaven.
From heaven. Got it.
Heaven.
Thank you. So I'm talking about amazing steak, and you continue to talk about the butter cake.
It's incredible, bro.
You realize they have A5 Wagyu from it's Shishiri A5 Wagyu from Japan. It's the best craft Wagyu in the world. Supper Club, honestly, is one of 8 restaurants in the world. Hear me, one of 8 in the world to be able to sell this Wagyu.
Do you realize that they light their creme brulee on fire when they bring it to you?
Yes, they do.
Who else does that?
I don't know.
Nobody.
I mean, somebody else might do that. You know what else you may not realize? You don't need a jacket. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Everybody thinks you need a jacket.
You don't need a jacket.
It's all, if you want to put a jacket on, do it. But the stated dress code is just collared shirt, slat. It's elegant, casual is how they say it. So, like, guys, if you knock off of work, and they just started allowing open seating at the bar. So that's brand new. So if you knock off of work and you want to go with your coworkers, have a cocktail, want to have a glass of wine with a client, close some business, meet your significant other, it's open seating at the bar. I mean, if there's space, you can get in there, but you don't need a reservation for the bar.
That's new.
Yeah, and you don't need it. You do not need a jacket. Throw it on if you want. I love wearing a sport coat when I go in there wearing a jacket. Yeah. Supper Club. SupperClubBTR.com for your reservation. Mother's Day. They've never opened on a Sunday ever. They're going to open for Mother's Day.
Oh.
Yeah. but they sold out all the reservations.
So they're not open.
In 36 hours. They sold them all out.
They're really not open. But
what about like the Saturday before, maybe like the Friday, around Mother's Day? You can still go celebrate Mom at Supper Club.
Get her the butter cake if you do that.
Because it's from heaven. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, the butter cake. The butter cake is really good. I'm not going to lie. It is really good. All right, Supper Club. We appreciate them being part of the show. It's After Further Review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. We're going to wrap up hour number 2. Ask Ryan is coming up. So you got questions for Theriot. You can get in. You can email us, tweet us, text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. I'm trying to confirm. So Mincy's here in 17 minutes with our baseball picks. I'm trying to confirm a guest that will hopefully help us on our path tonight with LSU baseball, who is 3-12 in the league, and the Pelicans, who now are fighting for their lives. If you lose tonight, your season's over. So I think you know who I'm reaching out to, trying to get to intervene on our behalf. But I'm trying to get this confirmed right now.
How you feeling about it?
I mean, I'll say that I'm 94.3% sure that it's going to work out.
Okay, good.
But there's still those lingering, 5.7% chance that it doesn't.
Okay.
So it's still out there.
I hope it works. We need him.
I know.
Bad.
All right, get your questions in for Ask Ryan. That's next, AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time.
You don't pay a dime.
752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. Had lunch earlier this week with Matt and Paul. Not these Matt and Paul, but Matt, Rick, and Paul Ragusa over at River City's 1 Hour Air. And one of the things that always amazes me, whenever the percentage of calls that they get for people that need repair work done from homeowners that had another company install their AC. What so many, and I didn't know this, hands in the air, it's not just the physical, the hardware that you buy, but the quality of the install matters for the functionality and life of that unit. So if you're buying a new AC, make sure it's done right the first time. Call River City's 1 Hour Air, 752-0001, 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, Our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Okay, wrapping up hour number 2. We do have Mincy coming up after the top of the hour. We'll give you our 3 picks. Last week, I kind of let him talk me out of my unders. I went over with LSU and Tennessee, and then the under hit.
That stinks.
The one that I missed. I don't know. Paulie, did I miss other ones too? So it was 2-1? Are you kidding me? So the only one I missed was when I let them talk me out of my unders. Am I crushing them?
Got him. Comeback starts today.
Let's go. All right. Well, I know the one I named. Muse and I were head-to-head on Vandy and A&M.
Yep.
And I took A&M and crushed you on that one.
That was
like
bad.
15-0.
It was 15-0.
I know. Awesome. Take that, Muse.
Okay.
Muse is the baseball guy.
Oh, right. Muse is the baseball guy.
He is the baseball guy.
Who's crushing who right now?
Comeback starts today.
All right. Whatever. All right. We're going to get to questions for Ryan. Ask Ryan anything about anything. Email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Eric Gotro asked Ryan, what's your favorite po' boy place in Baton Rouge?
I like Po' Boy Express. I like Rocco's.
Don't have an Orleans, not po' boy. Got it from the Orleans.
Let's see.
Rocco, what a guy.
Yeah. You know what? I like the grilled shrimp po' boy at Sammy's.
Okay. Kirk Taylor asked Ryan, do you and Matt want to come rally cap and have brew and watch LSU?
No.
Heath Savoy asked Ryan, what's the major issue he sees with our hitting, especially with runners in scoring position?
Oh, man. I don't think we don't have enough time for that answer, but clutch hitting is important, as we're seeing.
Oh, I got a good text from a guy about the Gary Brecka stuff.
Okay.
All right, we'll get to that in a bit. Caleb Williams. I don't know if that's the quarterback, Caleb Williams. Ask Ryan, most and least favorite pitcher to hit against.
Okay.
We know Randy Johnson because he's ugly. You've said that many times.
I hated it. Or righties with a good cutter.
Like who?
Mariano Rivera.
Ooh.
Not fun.
Ooh. Did you ever get a knock against Mo?
No, he broke my bat a couple times. I liked hitting lefties.
Follow-up. Would you want to go against Nolan Ryan?
No, probably not.
Donnie asked Ryan. He actually says, tell Ryan.
Okay.
The John Parker Wilson cut has to go. Dude looked like he's straight out of an Ole Miss or Alabama fraternity. Or the Catholic High parking lot. The side swoop.
I'm going to get in my Bronco.
I haven't been able to do that in a long time. Was that an OJ reference?
No.
Sean asked Ryan, is Thatcher Hurd still a big league prospect?
Yeah.
Seems like the anomaly was the postseason last year.
No, he's got big league stuff. He's still a big league. I would say big league. He's a professional prospect that I think will get drafted relatively high. He's got good stuff. Just gets hit. He hits the plate. Too much of the plate.
TK says, ask Ryan. Now I know why we haven't seen Representative Cricket at the Capitol during session. He's been playing golf with my Uncle Jerry. Look what he did.
Cricket Gilmore.
He took the Happy Gilmore poster and put Ryan's face on it, called it Cricket Gilmore.
Cricket Gilmore.
How about that?
Yeah, Pawpaw Cricket's been a little busy.
Ask Evans, ask Ryan. Would you rather spend the day on the water and come home with an ice chest full of sac-a-lait or one 6-pound bass?
Ice chest full of sac-a-lait.
We'll get to more of your questions. Brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020, 924-2020. Did you ever go over there?
No.
You do that, man. 924-2020.
I think my eyes have gotten better. I think they reversed and got better. I don't think I need to go now.
You never know if you're a candidate for refractive surgery until you go for that consultation. But if you want to ditch contacts and glasses forever, you want to be able to see 20/20 better than 20/20, it's possible. The Williamson Eye Center can make it happen. 924-2020, 924-2020, or williamsoneye.com. That's williamsoneye.com.
I eat a lot of carrots, too.
I am getting a lot of...
carrot souffle from Piccadilly. Made my eyes better.
Is that what did it?
Yep.
Sure wasn't the butter cake from Supper Club?
Carrot souffle from Piccadilly.
That was from heaven.
Made my eyes
like heaven
better.
touched you.
If you eat a lot of carrots, you can see better.
Is that true?
And you can see in the dark.
I don't believe that at all. Corey Sharp said, I would take Jared Poche's career of NOLA. No.
What? Who said that?
And
I love Jared. Like, Jared is
Jared.
my boy and had a great career. That was a dumb statement.
Jared he started for 4 years, so he finished LSU as the all-time wins leader at LSU, but in no way would you take Jared Poche's LSU career over Aaron Nola's. He was the ace for 2 seasons. As a freshman, he was part of the rotation on a team that went to the Super Regionals and lost, as we know, to Stony Brook. He was the 2-time SEC Pitcher of the Year and the National Pitcher of the Year. That's not even really comparable. That's not good.
That wasn't good.
Consensus, not good opinion. Yes,
No. That's brutal.
That's a bad opinion. Okay. Clark Dennis asked Ryan, "What do you think about Angel Reese's new nickname?"
What is it? I don't know what it is.
Bayou Barbie? Is it Windy City Barbie? I don't know. So Ronnie said, Matt, I'm going to make this short and sweet. I battled high blood pressure for 20 years. After listening to Gary Brecka's interview on Rogan, I decided to have the metabolic panel test done. Turns out I was deficient in a few areas. Started taking TMG, supporting vitamins 3 months ago in addition to my daily BP med. After 1 month of taking TMG, my blood pressure is lower. It's been in 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Happy to report doctors started weaning me off of BP meds. I can't speak on everything Gary talks about, but as far as heart health, I'm a believer. If you haven't listened to his Rogan interview, I highly recommend it. Love your show, brother. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Ronnie. I'm actually listening to the Rogan podcast now. I'm about halfway through. I mean, Joe Rogan shows are like 2 hours long, so I'm like halfway through it. But I even sent Muse something last night on sleeping because Muse struggles to sleep. See, Muse? Get on board, man. Let's go. Why you get on board, Muse?
They never said I wasn't on board. I never said that.
Get on board,
I
bro.
told you it's
Get on board,
fascinating.
Muse. Hour 3 next.
AFR. Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. The last two spots in the NBA playoffs will be settled tonight. The Bulls and Heat play in Miami for the 8th seed in the East. The Kings and Pelicans in New Orleans for the 8th seed in the West. Both games here on ESPN Radio starting at 6:30 Eastern. The first game also on ESPN TV. The playoffs open tomorrow. Game 1 for the Sixers and Knicks in New York. What will Philly get from Joel Embiid? ESPN's Brian Windhorst.
I'm expecting him to play well. I have no idea whether he can stay healthy because I think he's gotten injured in playoff series 3 times in his career, including last season. There's no way you can count on his health. But I'm expecting him to be excellent tomorrow. I'm expecting the Sixers to be very formidable.
Brian Windhorst on Carlin versus Joe. Duke freshman forward Sean Stewart will enter the transfer portal, the 7th Blue Devils player looking to transfer. The NCAA announces penalties for Arizona State football from violations while Herm Edwards was the head coach. The school gets 4 years of probation, reduced scholarships, and recruiting restrictions.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive, they're making things even easier. They'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
That's right. You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again. Guess who's back? Back again.
Lisa, I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
Hour 3 off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt. They're chanting Paul O'Neill's. This is the wrong one. No worries, Muse. Hey, I know what's going on.
Yeah, the buttons are right next to each other.
I know what's going on.
Let me find out you got 7, 8 churn. Let me find out
420.
you riding around with no insurance. Let me find
What's
out
tomorrow's date?
Let me find out they about to repossess his car. Let me find
He's so fired up.
Guy's getting started on his holiday, huh?
He's so fired up.
5 o'clock on a Friday. Muse figured, what the heck? Let's get started a day early.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, nobody go by Casa de Muse tomorrow. You're just going to see a cloud of smoke coming out of all the windows,
Y'all are the
manana.
worst. Y'all are the worst.
Get ready, Muse. To all those who celebrate, like Muse, happy 420 day, Muse. I hope it's a great day for you, Muse. Hope all your dreams come true.
DoorDash.
It'll be a normal Saturday.
You're right. It'll be a normal Saturday for you. We know that.
Yeah.
He's going to DoorDash the Cheech and Chong from Pluckers. Bet you that's happening. Bet you that's happening, huh? All right, Mincy's here with us. Let's do some college baseball picks. Fire it up, Muse. And you know what I meant by fire it up, Muse. Muse.
It's time to cash some tickets. Let's preview the college baseball weekend with Ben Mintz and Barstool Sports, presented by the DraftKings Sportsbook.
All right, well, you're only cashing tickets if you're betting with Scone, because I'm crushing you, losers. Paulie, what's the count? Let's see. What we got, Paulie? Last week, Scone goes 2-1. I'm 7-4-1 on the year. Muse and Mincy both at 1-2. So Muse is 4-5 on the year. Mincy bringing up the rear of the caboose at 3-9. Mincy, how are you, man?
I'm doing well. So I'm in Vegas right now, coming in from the 10th floor of the Aria. Beautiful, cool view. So I'm not going to let this 3-9 record get me down. So I've got in an hour, I'm playing and I got hit up. Life is so funny. How am I in a celebrity poker tour event? Like, I don't understand how this all happened. All because I rip a hottie toddy from the Garden District to, like, when I'm in Baton Rouge. Anyway,
that's so good, man. So good.
But so this poker thing I'm in though, it's streamed on Poker Go on YouTube tonight. What a lineup! It's this UFC fighter who won at UFC 300 last week, like Oliveira, maybe.
Charles Oliveira.
Somebody, a black guy who won at UFC 300. It's like ALJA.
Okay.
He won last week. So it's big.
Wait. Aljamain Sterling?
Yes, that's who it is.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah,
Aljamain Sterling is a boss. Like, he's a former champion. Like, he's a really big deal.
Yeah, well, it's him.
He doesn't even know what he's talking
The lineup's the best. Johnny Manziel was supposed to play, and he's just such a flake. He bailed. Like he's like the least reliable person in the world. But it's like he's been hooking up with Jose Canseco's daughter, and she's playing. And then the rest of the lineup, it's some Instagram chick. I'll send you the graphic I'll send you all the graphics. Y'all can look at it. But it's some Tana blonde chick who has like 6 million Instagram followers. I don't know. It's the most random lineup ever. But me and this one other YouTube poker streamer are the only people that know how to play poker, I think. And there's 9 people in it. It's 10K to first, 5K to second. So I need to go get this. I mean, we need to go get this bread.
I just can't get over the fact that you're playing. Wait, are you going to be like with Aljamain Sterling, or are you just like?
Oh yeah, he's at my table. No, and this is going to be streaming on. It's going to be streaming on Poker Go YouTube at 8 o'clock Central. It's like a 30-minute delay, but it'll be streaming tonight.
Bro, like he beat Petr Yan to win the bantamweight championship. He had multiple defenses against Yan, Dillashaw, Henry Cejudo. Like, he only lost his belt. You know Sean O'Malley? You know that name? Sean O'Malley, like the wiry dude with the weird, like the color. He lost his title to O'Malley. So like he's a dude. Aljamain Sterling is a total dude. Mincy,
yeah, well,
with Aljamain Sterling and Jose Canseco's daughter.
Yeah, and supposedly there's some guy that I'm not going to get too graphic because we're on air, but somebody who has a past with Kim Kardashian that's kind of dicey is in this too. Somebody apparently there was some tape he did with her 10 years ago or something. This Raji guy, I don't know.
Do you know his own name?
Ray J.
Ray J? Okay.
Yeah, just like Musso. So just go to Celeb Poker Tour on Twitter. It's got the lineup.
That's so good.
But so we got that, and then also real quick before that too, man. The Pelican support group this week. This has been tough, man.
Mincy, the good news is we're going to follow up this conversation where we're talking about MMA, poker, Ray J, all of the stuff, the innuendo, with a priest coming up next. Father Alelo is going to come here to pray for the Pelicans and the LSU baseball team. So we're in good hands. We're gonna purge away all of the wrongdoing.
Okay, well, this Pelicans thing. I mean, I know we don't have the biggest fan base, but those that are in it are loyal. And this Zion thing really, really hurt me. I mean, just to wait 5 years for that and him drop 40 and have that happen. I mean, I don't think people understand. 5 years is a long time, you know. I just feel.
Is it like akin to the Jets fans getting Aaron Rodgers and then 4 plays into their season having him to rupture his Achilles?
Yeah, it's that. But then he comes back 2 years later and finally gets them to like 11-6 or 12-5, and then gets hurt in the play. You know,
Yeah. All right, Mincy, let's fire away. All right, 3 picks. You all know the drill. I guess I'll do the honors since I'm still at the pole position. The one game I missed last week was whenever I took an over. I took the over in LSU, Tennessee against my better judgment. So I'm going with the under in Georgia Tech and Virginia Friday night in the ACC, 14.5. Too many runs on a Friday night. Give me the under 14.5 with Georgia Tech and UVA. Mincy, what you got?
I'm going to go first. This is something I've been riding all year. Just if Hagen Smith's pitching for Arkansas, I'm betting the under. It's 10.5 tonight at South Carolina. I'm going under 10.5. I think he's the best pitcher in the country, and it's not even close.
That, I would say, feels like a smart play. Under 10.5. Muse, what's your first?
Number 3, Tennessee. Number 2, Kentucky and Lexington. First time ever in program history Kentucky hosts a top 5 series.
Oh, wow.
They're going to be fired up at Kentucky Proud Park. Give me the home underdog Wildcats. Tennessee's going to win that series, though.
Okay, UK on the money line?
Money line, minus 105.
All right, I'm going back to the ACC. I'm going up to, what do they call it? The triangle up there in Raleigh? The Raleigh-Durham Triangle. NC State, North Carolina, under 14.5. Another number that is too big. I'm going back to my underplays. North Carolina, NC State, under 14.5. Mincy.
Y'all get a kick out of this one. So there's a matchup between 2 schools that LSU's familiar with in the past that both aren't afraid to push it hard in the weight room is how I'll put it. ULL and Coastal Carolina. 2 schools that both get a little jacked up, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Historically, I'm going over 13.5. I think we're going to have some bombs hit. That Coastal Carolina part's small, too. I think that's going to get a little wild.
All right. Muse, your second.
I'm going to Conway, South Carolina as well. ULL, they've won 21-22. Andrew Herman's on the bump tonight. He's the lefty with that devastating changeup that faced LSU in Houston. Give me the Cajuns, money line underdog, plus 130.
Okay. And I'll come for my first play in the SEC, my last play. Mincy, your Rebs taking on the Georgia Bulldogs. Think we see some pitching tonight. Under 14. All unders for your boy. Under 14 tonight with the Rebs and the Bulldogs.
Hey, we'll say, I complained about the Rebs on here last week, and they finally beat Mississippi State in a series for the first time in 9 years.
Been a minute.
Maybe I should complain more often. That was a wild scene when the State player hit the home run Saturday and flipped the bat at the dugout, and Mike Bianco dropped like 3 curse words we're not going to say on the air on the hot mic. It was a pretty wild scene when he got kicked out. But hey, it lit a fire at him. The Rebs won. Good to see. All right, I'm taking Mississippi State by 1.5 at home because it's Super Bulldog weekend and Auburn sucks. And State's got a good offense, so I think they roll them tonight. So it's minus 130, minus 1.5. That's my first pick.
Muse, what's your last one?
Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Florida State, and Wake Forest. Small ballpark up there for Wake Forest. There's 2 aces on the mound, and one of them is Chase Burns. Give me under 11 in that one.
All right. Our 3 plays. We'll see how we do. We're back next week, of course. As Mincy is, we are partnered with DraftKings, so download that DraftKings Sportsbook app. Got all the baseball lines. Cool that they're so heavy on college baseball there as well. Now you can play all the games.
And if you hadn't put on DraftKings, people that I know most people probably have accounts already, but you deposit $5 and they'll give you, and you just bet the 5, you get 200 in free plays. So I mean, it's like the best for, you're a casual player. You want to just check out some college baseball, I mean, you can literally put $5 on there and play off a $200 roll and just have fun with it. It's
you should always, always, always take advantage of the boosts and all the offers they have over at the DraftKings Sportsbook. So get on by. All right, Mincy, good luck this weekend out in Vegas, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I got a red eye back 1 a.m. Saturday night, but I was trying to, you were giving Moose some heck. I don't see a better way to celebrate that holiday tomorrow than going to the Sphere to see Fish, but these tickets are like $600 plus to get in though. So I'm doing all kinds of texting and trying to pull strings, but I hadn't had any luck yet. So
good luck, Mincy. If where there's a will, there's a way, and I think you might be able to make it happen.
But actually, where there's a whoop, there's a way.
Understood. Later, dude. All right, that's Ben Mintz. It's After Further Review. You don't want to play our betting game?
I mean, I got in on it late, and I just feel like it's too late now because I'll have to take zeros.
No. You could just start.
Yeah, but there's no way I can win at that point.
Just start. See how it goes. Maybe if you do well.
I mean, if we do the percentages, maybe.
Yeah, sure. I don't know what I'm doing. You think I know anything about the Georgia Tech Virginia game? I don't know anything about it. I just played the under because it's a giant total. It's the biggest total on the board. I played the under.
Yeah, maybe I'll play next week.
Oh, you can play next week. We're brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. You need to come hang out with us next week at Don Juan 2 for the draft Thursday. Draft party.
Oh, yeah. I can't. I have games, playoff games.
Oh, that's right. You do. That's a legitimate excuse.
Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't come still.
I know you still wouldn't come. I know you wouldn't come. It's AFR.
AFR.
Oh, guess what? Crawfish prices.
Okay. Talk to me.
Dropping at Rouse's.
Oh, wow.
The official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com. Live crawfish right now, $2.99 a pound. How about it? You want to boil your own? $2.99 a pound. How about that?
So you can go get them live.
You can get them live, $2.99 a pound.
That's good to know.
And I know T-Bob is doing a remote today at Rouse's, and he was saying the price, and I don't want to misquote it, but if I'm not mistaken, I think it was $4.99 a pound. Was it? You could check it if I'm wrong on that use.
Yeah, boiled. That was boiled.
Boiled?
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
okay.
boiled.
$4.99.
Live, $2.99. You want them boiled, I think they're $4. So the point is, the prices, as we've been waiting for them, have come down dramatically, and that's a great thing. It's at Rouse's. From locations from Lake Charles to Orange Beach, Alabama, and points in between, it's Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com. Rouse's. This feels like home.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $11,000 off the new 23 Dodge Charger. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $11,000 off the powerful new Charger. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana.
I-N-D-E-P-E-N-D-E-N-T. Do you know what that mean, man? I-N-D-E-P-E-N-D-E-N-T. Do you know what that mean? She got her own house. She got her own car.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
We got a text after Ryan's letter about an hour ago from Todd Graffanini, radio voice of the Pels.
Yeah, you're right!
Yeah, you're right, Graf. He said that was inspiring with an eye roll emoji. Your entire letter was basically just crapping on Zion.
Yeah.
And it was just very negative all the way around.
Super.
All the way around. So I figured on this day, where the Pelicans are about 3 hours away from tip-off of a game that if they lose, their season is over. On this day where LSU is about an hour and 42 minutes away from first pitch of a game against a miserable baseball team that if LSU can't find a way to win this series, mathematically it becomes almost a damn near impossibility of digging yourself out. That we needed more than just breakdowns and good feeling. We need divine intervention.
Oh.
So who else would we go to other than our friend Father Hooch?
He's the one.
Father Michael Alelo, who is back from his vacation where he just went all over the world. I mean, like he was actually doing stuff that was important. But finally he's back so he can get to the real important stuff like praying for these teams so they win.
Praying for victory in a game.
Exactly. The stuff that really matters. Hey, man, how are you?
Hey, I am so glad that you called me in when things couldn't look any worse than they do right now. Because, I mean,
right.
Boy, I don't know. I was hopeful for the baseball team this year, but, I mean, I'm not an athlete, but goodness gracious, that's ugly. It's ugly.
I would like to tell you, however, though, that I did reach out to you before things hit rock bottom, and I was hoping that you'd join us from the Holy Land.
Ooh,
and
that would have been good.
You didn't. Wow. So, like,
Well, look,
I gave you a shot.
Things are a little tense in Israel right now, okay?
Well, you're in a church. You're locked in a church.
Okay, I was locked in a church, the Holy Sepulchre, which is the tomb of Jesus.
Right.
But the cell service is terrible inside. As you imagine how old the place is, the walls are a little thick. And it's not like you can literally step outside because they physically lock the door from outside so you can't leave till the next morning when the guy comes to unlock it.
You trying to tell me that Jesus Christ couldn't make your cell phone work from inside the place where he was buried?
You just gotta ask.
You could tell me like that wouldn't work?
Fun fact, Israel is currently scrambling the location services on cell phones, and so if you pull up your maps, it shows that you're in Lebanon, just FYI.
So what you're telling me then is that Jesus can't overcome that?
I'm
Where's
saying
your faith?
Jesus could
Where's your
overcome
faith?
that, but I am not Jesus, nor does Jesus care that much about my needs to be on the phone with you.
You see, I flatly disagree with you there.
I'm sure you do. But
This stuff
that's
matters.
why we're friends, because we can be honest with each other.
This matters a lot. Hey, what's this picture that you from the church of the Holy? Is it Sepulchre? How do you say it?
Sepulchre, Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Yeah.
I'm looking at a picture. There's
okay, you got to help me. I'm not on the computer. Help a brother out.
That's I'm trying to talk and walk you through.
If you could explain what the picture looks like, then I could maybe tell you what it was.
It's essentially what I'm trying to do, but you won't stop talking.
It
sorry. Looks like I don't know. It looks like you're inside of the church, maybe, but this maybe a tomb or an altar with big, tall candles out front. There's a
Yes, that's the I think it's pronounced edicule. That's the actual tomb.
Okay.
The Church of the Holy Sepulchre was built around that tomb, and then you can go into the tomb, and the tomb has two rooms: the room with the actual burial spot, and then the outer room.
How do they know that that's where Jesus was buried? How do they know that was the tomb?
Because interestingly enough, in Israel there are levels of authenticity. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre is one of the places that there is no doubt archaeologists of all times have determined that this is the spot because of different historical things that have been discovered there. So that is one place that is not in dispute, surprisingly enough. So pretty interesting.
That is fascinating. That's really
fun fact for all your listeners who I'm sure are just loving this. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre is actually controlled by 3 different faiths. Fun fact. And the door is controlled by a Muslim family.
The door?
One family?
one family has been locking and unlocking the door of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre for the longest of times.
Why?
Because the Christians that control the church, the Franciscan Catholics, the Orthodox, and the Armenians, there's some little tussle there sometimes.
Yeah.
And so the Muslim family is the one that actually has the key to the door.
Wow.
Very interesting.
I'll
post the video later for you of them locking the door and unlocking the door. It's a little service thing.
Okay. Hey, when you when you go like to Rome and you see the Pope and everything, and you got your little priest collar on, is that like a press pass? You get to go wherever you want?
Not at all.
Is that like all access? I think it should be. It feels like it should be.
Look, it should be, but let's be honest. When you go to Rome, which I was there the week before I was in Israel, there are priests everywhere, and the joke in Rome is that you can't swing a dead cat without hitting a cardinal. So, like, even a bishop in Rome only has so much sway. But the Lord blessed me, unlike I'm not sure he's doing that for the Pels tonight, but he did, because I went to the audience. That's the big Wednesday thing with the Holy Father.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a ticket, but I was like, I'm going to go and try to get a ticket. I'm standing in line.
A ticket to go see the Pope?
You should go to StubHub.
Yeah,
they got that on StubHub.
StubHub.
They're all free. Don't be confused. They're free. People will try to sell you one. They're free. You just have to get them so you have a seat. And so I go unprepared because I was, flying by the seat of my pants. So there I am standing in line. Somebody walks up, offers me a ticket. I'm like, how awesome is this? Come to find out, it's not just like general seating out in the boonies ticket. It's like the special people section that had me 10 feet from the boss man.
Look at that. There he is. Look, he's on his little Pope mobile. There he is.
Right there. They parked the Pope mobile in front of me.
Oh, wow.
I was kind of more impressed with the Pope mobile at one moment than I was with the Pope because he was on the other side.
I thought the Pope mobile, they had it encased.
Not anymore.
They don't do
Not
that
anymore.
Why not?
Pope Francis said, I want to be with the people. I want to be one with the people. Take that off.
Well, they started doing that because John Paul got shot, right?
Well, that did happen. Yes, he did.
That's why. Well, that's why they started encasing the Pope mobile.
That's right. And Pope Francis said, "Here I am. I'm a man of the people. Take that away."
Huh,
so now it's a pretty awesome little Jeep thing.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Look at that thing.
Yeah,
pretty neat.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to praying. All right, we got real stuff to talk about. All right, so you slept in a church and you got to see the Pope mobile. We got real issues here. Zion blew out his hamstring. Season ends tonight if we lose. LSU baseball's 3-12. Our pets' heads are falling off, and I need you to fix it and fix it now.
Hey, I'm just going to need you to take the volume down because I don't think that's helping the situation.
Also, one other thing, the LSU gymnastics team is competing for their first ever national championship tomorrow. So I need you to do like a PS prayer and make sure they win.
Yep.
We already got some really good luck there because Oklahoma choke-lahoma their way out of the competition. So we should win, but we got to make sure we take care of our business.
All right, I'm just going to state for the record, I am a fan of the lady gymnastics. They do good work. I'm pretty excited that this is their chance to finally seal the deal, and I got a good feeling about that. The Pels and the team, the baseball, I'm just saying, maybe today our prayer should focus on the ladies and let the Pels and the baseball folks just let it be what it needs to be.
Look.
I know that's not what you want to hear.
I'm not telling you how to say your prayer, but if you screw this up,
we're done. It's over.
You're to blame.
Hey, it's already over. I mean, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news or the honesty train here, but let's just be honest. What's the baseball team SEC schedule? What's their?
They're 3-12, but they can do it.
They can do it.
They can do it because listen, the second half of the schedule lightens up.
Did we lose to UL or what? I mean,
no,
they're not even in the. I knew it was one of the local teams. That's just embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
So listen. Mathematically, it's not over. They can do it, but they just really have to lock in the second half when the schedule lightens up.
They need some good prayer.
So
they need to come to church Sunday as a team. That's what they need. They need some focus on what's
in
important.
Missouri. They're in Missouri. What if we give you a promise that when they get back, they'll go to church?
If you look, I'm ready to set that up. We will do a special mass for the baseball team.
Can you make that happen?
And I can make that happen.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. Can you get him over there?
I mean, depending on what happens this weekend, I think I probably can.
All right,
I'm saying depending on what happens, it doesn't matter what happens. They need some Jesus in their lives because they are clearly not focused on the ball. Pun intended. You like that? Focus on the ball.
Man, that was good.
Yeah. Focus on Jesus. It's like Peter.
Is the ball the Well, is Jesus the ball?
Well, in this analogy, I think so. I mean, but think about Peter when he was trying to walk on water and he took his eyes off of Jesus. What happened?
Took his eye off the
fell
ball.
in the water.
He took his eye off the ball.
He fell into
He
the
took his
water.
eye
And he
fell
struck
in the
out.
water.
And he struck
Yeah.
out.
He struck
Yeah,
out. He
I'm
fell.
just saying.
Father
I'm
was
just
just
saying.
with Jesus. So let's.
All right.
I think we got a good shot here.
All right. Okay. Now, you remember
Okay.
remember what we're praying for here, okay?
I was going to ask for clarification. Can you remind me without yelling, though? 'Cause
Okay. So the Pelicans have to win
Pelicans.
tonight. We need
Okay.
we need
That's our music.
Zion's
Good.
hamstring
Zion.
to miraculously heal so he can play.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to
We
happen.
need that. And then we need
Okay.
LSU to sweep Missouri this weekend and for the gymnastics team to win the national championship tomorrow.
There's a lot of things we're asking for on a Friday afternoon.
Well, you just got back from the Holy Land, so you're extra holy. You
That's
were close
true.
to the Pope, and you slept where Jesus' tomb was. So
That's
let's
true.
get going.
All right. Well, I know how we are with these hard cutoffs, so we're
No,
just
we're
going to
good
take a
right now.
moment.
It's not the top of the hour. We're good.
Oh, thank goodness, because I'll never be able to live that moment down in history of AFR when Matt yelled at me and then I got cut off by a machine. I mean, this is tough. All right, well, this is good. We got new music. I like it.
Okay.
I like it. But here's my thing. I think the music is the problem.
What music
Cut-
do you
cut the
want?
music
I mean,
off.
what? Cut the music.
I don't
what do you
know.
want?
I think we need something else. We need some of the little. I don't know,
Lil Wayne? Lil Wayne?
You want
Oh,
Boosie?
no.
You want Boosie Badass?
I don't know if that's the right move
Really?
either. I'm trying to think. We're going to work on this. We're going to work on the
Fireman's
yeah.
Woo, woo, woo. That'd be really good, wouldn't it?
What if we do your song?
What song?
The Get It Ready. Let's do Get It Ready.
DJ Jubilee,
Let's
get it
do
ready,
Get
ready.
It Ready.
Oh God, we're going to take it back to Key Club days
Let's
when
go.
Matt Moscona was
Let's
trying
go.
to
Is that what you
live it
want?
up
This
on
could
the
be
dance
Is that what
floor.
you want?
Get it ready, get it ready, get it ready now.
Hey,
Get it
was the
ready,
best.
get it ready,
all
get
I
it
gotta
ready
say
now.
is, like, we don't have unlimited time here, so we
Oh.
need to decide.
You told me we had till the top of the hour. I
No.
got 30 minutes to go.
No. I've still got
It's
to
like
get.
a Sunday homily. When you open the door and they say we got extra time, we're not going to miss an opportunity.
I
You
just
did
meant-
this. You did this.
Listen, my point
Yeah.
was,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
when you come on at the end of the hour, we have a hard break at the top of the hour. We're
Uh-huh,
here at the bottom of the hour right now where we don't have a hard break, but we can't just go for 30 minutes because we still have 2 more breaks we have to hit. We have to keep some semblance of structure in the show. So, you've been wasting
for the
the last
record,
5 minutes. Will you please
for
pray?
For the record, the commercials could be at the end, all bundled together. I mean, people
you
tune out
can't-
by that point anyway.
You can't play 12 straight minutes of commercials.
Why not?
Because
he said people tune out
12
anyway.
straight minutes of listening to you. I mean, come on. What's the difference? You've missed me. Can you say it? Can you just tell the
pray?
people you've missed me? Tell
I
them.
don't miss you. I just want the teams to win, and so I am enduring this right now. This is my purgatory. This is my cross to bear.
If
It's
you
talking
think
to
this
you
is your,
to try to get this to the finish line.
I got news for you. If you think this is only your cross to bear, there's more things coming down the road.
Well, you
I'm
mean-
just praying for your wife.
What do you mean? More things coming.
Just saying. Just saying.
Did you have
That's kind of.
visions? Did you have visions? What did you see?
I can't disclose that.
Is it good
Between
stuff
me
or
and
bad
Jesus.
stuff?
Did you go to
It
Mount
depends on who
Sinai?
you ask.
Okay.
I didn't go to Sinai. I went to Tabor, though. Yeah. Oh,
Did you see
boy.
the burning bush?
No, but I did get lost on the sign of Mount Tabor.
You know what? I think we're probably done. I think we're done. We're
Oh,
late
you're
for
not
a break.
praying now.
Well, we're late for a break now. So are we
Oh.
gonna pray or what are we gonna do?
Yeah, we can.
Okay,
You want
let's
to?
pray. Yeah, I would love that.
Okay.
That's why we're here.
All right.
Theriot's even sitting here with prayer hands. He's been ready to go.
I'm impressed with y'all with your prayer hands. That's good, fellas. Good work. All right, let's go.
All right, here
Let's
we
take a moment like we always do. We're just going to remember on this crazy Friday afternoon.
You almost said
people
the A
stuck
word.
in. What?
He almost said the crazy ass Friday afternoon.
I did not.
Yes, you did. You
I was trying to get people focused and to calm down because I know they're sitting in traffic. Because the only reason people listen to you is because they're trapped in their cars.
You can't
so
curse in prayer. That's a
I
rule.
didn't.
It's in
I
the
did
Geneva
not.
Convention.
It's not in the Geneva Convention.
It is one of the 10 Commandments. You can't curse in prayer.
curse in prayer.
It's not one of the 10
The 11th
commandments.
commandment.
But okay, it's the commandment. Okay, so let's just
advance.
focus. I was trying to focus for the record, and you two baboons went off course. So let's pray. So Lord, in the middle of the chaos of the day, another weekend approaching, we've got some big sporting events ahead, and we know you got nothing better to do than worry about LSU baseball, more importantly, LSU gymnastics, And we should be somewhat concerned about the Pelicans because it's a disaster down there, Lord. And New Orleans needs something positive because not a lot of positive things happening there some days. And so we're going to ask you, Lord, to help our friends, the Pelicans.
Amen.
Help them people out. And, you know, if you want to heal Zion, sure. I mean, we got him on the team. I got him on the team with your help, Lord. And he has not really done much for the team since that moment. So maybe now's the time. We're going to come back stronger than ever, and we're going to win this weekend. And the baseball team, they're going to wake up and they're going to focus on the ball. They're going to focus on the ball. They're going to hit the ball. They're going to catch the ball. They're going to be able to work the ball so that the ball goes in the right direction and we win.
Throw it.
Yeah, throw the ball well too. Yeah, and so for all of that, and for our ladies, I'm not worried about them because the Lord's got them because they are focused. They're focused and they're going to kill it, no doubt. So go Tigers, Pels. Just handle your business for once because it's been a tough season to watch you people. Almost as tough as watching the baseball team. But, Lord, we're hanging in there. So we're just going to give it to you today and ask you to handle all that for us so that we can focus on what's really important. Amen?
Amen.
Amen.
All right. That
All right,
better
how's that?
work.
That was good.
If that doesn't work, you're fired.
That was good.
You can go back to Geneva. That's what you can do.
I'm still waiting on my first paycheck, but that ain't happened yet. So,
Well, why don't you do something that works?
I do a lot that works, okay? I do a lot of work, you know? That's
All
what
right.
I do. I do
Y'all go
work.
to church over at St. Thomas More and see Father Alelo on Sunday. How about that?
Hey, well, always happy to have you. Always happy to have you.
All right. Well, thank you for your prayers and
All
for
right,
your time.
gentlemen. Take care of
All
yourselves.
right. We'll see you later.
Have a great day.
All right. You
right,
do the very
bye-bye.
same. Go Tigers, go Pels. It's we've done our part. It's AFR.
AFR.
Get Gordon, get it done. Gordon McKernan, Injury Attorneys. Hey, we are coming up on the deadline for Gordon's grads. You have a grad.
I got one.
Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Huey. He is going to college.
He's going to do it.
So he can go to gordonsgrads.com. Go to the website. Fill out that little form right there, gordonsgrads.com, and he can win one of 12 laptops.
Oh.
Courtesy of Gordon McKernan Injury
Okay.
Attorneys. How about it? Gordon's giving you the opportunity. If you're a high school grad going to college or trade school, you have the opportunity to win one of a dozen laptops. Doesn't matter where you are in the state of Louisiana. Log on to gordonsgrads.com, gordonsgrads.com, fill out the form, and you're entered to win. Of course, as we say all the time, if you've been injured in an accident, it's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for more than 30 years. Go to getgordon.com. That's getgordon.com, or you can call 888-8888, 888-8888. You know what to do. That's what Flaugier told you to do. Get Gordon and get it done.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Brack, your #1 park system in the nation.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Until it uptown, pass it till it uptown, pass it, get the gag, get the gag, get the gag. Until it downtown, pass it till it downtown, pass it, get the gag.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
My boy L. Get the gag.
A good song.
All right, LSU baseball at Missouri. First pitch, 7 o'clock tonight, game 1. It'll be Gage Jump going game 1, Holman game 2, TBA game 3. Last week, we started to see some changes around the lineup with this team. Give me your take.
Well, I think you started to see what we had hoped to see with some kind of new blood coming in there and guys having some good at-bats. More importantly, I think you saw the bullpen with some new arms and guys, actually, they threw the ball well. I mean, we didn't get the victories that we were looking for, but I was encouraged. Some young arms went out there, threw strikes, and were able to get some outs.
Aiden Moffitt's a guy who Jay clearly likes a lot. Got to see Sam Dutton pitch a couple times last weekend as well. Good to see him in there.
Cam Johnson.
Guys you're going to certainly rely on in the future. Offensively, I mean, look, you're facing a Missouri team that's you're facing a guy tonight with an ERA north of 6. He's a sophomore. I mean, they're not great, but you're not great. So what would you like to see offensively from LSU tonight or this weekend?
I mean, it was mentioned earlier, I think in the first Ask Ryan segment about hitting with runners in scoring position, getting guys in with runners in scoring position. I think that's super important. I think offensively, you'd like to see the big hit in the big moment. It seems like this team's had the bases loaded so much and never really got the big hit or were able to drive some guys in. So you'd like to see some timely hitting. Also just be able to baseball a little bit, be able to get guys on base and move them over and score runs when you're supposed to score runs offensively. I'm not asking for a double or a homer, but manufacturing some runs, getting a lead, and then seeing where it goes.
Well, I mean, how do you, offensively when you get in those situations? Jay brought this up. Runner at third, less than 2 outs, and you go strikeout.
Yeah.
You got to be able to put they went strikeout, ground out. So it's like you got to be able to get that runner in from third.
Yeah.
But when you go strikeout, what do you attribute that to?
Well, it's simple. Well, it's not simple. It's very difficult. But I tell the kids over at Dunham this all the time. If you aren't preparing for that at bat, if you don't study for the test, if you have a math test but you choose to study science the night before, you're going to fail that test. If you step in the batter's box without a plan, without an approach, and it varies from situation to situation, but if you do that, you're preparing to fail. In other words, when I see a guys go strikeout with a guy on third base and no outs, to me, number one, it's selfish. But number two, you went up there without a plan. You're telling me those kids can't just put the ball in play. They 100% can. If I said I'm going to give you $1 million cash, I had it right there in a bag. All you got to do is hit a ground ball to the second baseman or the right side of the field. I promise you they could do it. So it's the focus of what you're trying to do in that situation. It's just not there. And that is the truth. That's the part that's not that difficult.
No.
You have to focus on doing that one thing. You can't take the big swing and hit the homer. I don't care about that. Just get the guy from third in.
I mean, Tommy White did that twice in the midweek against UNO. Whenever in the first inning, they had a runner on third, and he got into a two-strike count, and he just poked a ball into shallow right field. I mean, it was just a defensive swing. He just lofted it. I mean, it's almost like he just took the ball and just threw it into shallow right.
Yeah.
And he got the run home. And then later he put a ball on the ground to the right side, same situation, and got a run home. So that's how LSU got the lead in that ball game. I mean, I think that's what you're speaking about, but that's the thing that's frustrating when guys do. I mean, it sounds easy, right? Just put the ball in play to the right side, but this team consistently doesn't do it. So is that coaching? Is it the players not being good enough?
Well, I'll tell you what I do. I go in the kids' ear, and this is high school kids. They're good players. They're going to play in college. And I tell them exactly what to do before they walk up to the plate. Now, they know that. They've heard it since they were babies. These are kids that I've coached since they were 8 years old. Now they're 18. And I'm still having to do that. So is it coaching? I don't know. I mean, maybe it would help to remind them, hey, man, this is what we're trying to do here. If this happens, do this. If that happens, do that, you know. But no, to me, it's what are we trying to do? Are we trying to win the ball game? Because if that's the case, and you truly don't care about your numbers or your stats, you just want to win, you're going to do everything you can to get that guy in.
I have a follow-up real quick. Let me remind you about Optimize, generatorpeople.com, generatorpeople.com. Optimize, man, the response in the couple of weeks we've been talking about Optimize has been awesome. So sincerely, thank you. I mean, I don't know that there's a soul who lives in Louisiana or along the coast that wouldn't want a Generac automatic home standby generator. I mean, storms come here, the power gets knocked out. We've all dealt with it. We would love a generator, everybody. It's just a matter of who do you buy it from and can you afford it? That's the question everybody would ask. And I love telling you about Optimize because, look, there's a lot of companies, electrical companies. I told you there's an HVAC company I heard advertising generators. I mean, it's like there's a lot of people that sell generators. But Optimize, the differentiator, is all they do is sell, service, and install Generac automatic home standby generators. It is their whole business. It's not one vertical in their business. It is the thing they do, which is why they are Louisiana's #1 Generac dealer. So they service the entire 1012 corridor, 4 physical locations, so they can get you to quickly, no matter if you're from Lake Charles to Slidell, any point in between, they can get to you there at Optimize. Go to generatorpeople.com, generatorpeople.com. One more time, generatorpeople.com. Let me ask you a follow-up about the offense. Do you have a strong feeling about personnel with what changes they maybe could or should make?
I think the center fielder.
Paxton Kling?
Nope. Who's the other guy?
Mac Bingham?
No.
Who's been playing in left? Ashton Larson? The freshman?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he has to play.
Well, he's playing.
Yeah.
But he's not been playing center.
Yeah. I think he has to play somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm pretty firm on that. I think Milam has to stay in the lineup. I like him at the top of the lineup. I don't like Pearson at second base.
Okay.
I think worst come to worst, you need your best defensive lineup out there at all times when you're trying to win close ball games. I do like Pearson's bat, but I don't necessarily love him at second base. And then, look, man, I don't know if you try something different at DH or I don't know what you do there, but I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think that from a catching standpoint, we need to get a little more consistent there. And look, I think it's Brady Neal. I mean, I do. I think he catches as much as he can until he tells you he's tired and can't catch anymore.
You mentioned Pearson's bat. I just looked it up because I want to make sure I had it right. He's hitting 229.
Yeah, he's struggled a little bit. Mm-hmm.
It's a strange thing because he did come up with so many clutch at bats for you in the postseason last year, but in his career, that's kind of what he's been. Yeah. It's like a career 230, 240 hitter right around there. So I don't know, man. No easy answers right now for LSU, but Milam is hitting over 300. He's up 314. Tommy White's at 324. Jones is at 304. Jones has had a nice season. I'd like to see fewer strikeouts. He's got 35 strikeouts in 115 at bats, but you offset that with the 26 walks. His on-base percentage 445.
Mm-hmm.
Jones has had a nice year. And 14 homers, of course. He'll hit 20 bombs this year.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, LSU and Missouri. See if the Tigers can take a step toward winning their first series of the year. All right, we'll knock out our final break of the show. Come back. We'll do a little Ask Ryan. Get your questions in for Theriot. It's AFR.
AFR.
it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Power up your next project with John Deere Deals by Sunshine. Whether you're working hard or playing hard, our knowledgeable team will help you find the right product for you. Ask us about our amazing tractor package promotions. Learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, down the stretch we come. Final segment here on a Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Reminder, Thursday, a week from yesterday, we'll be over at Don Juan Town Center for our draft party. We invite you coming out, first round of the NFL draft. We'll have drink specials, cigar specials. They got limited food items as well over there at Don Juan. But it's going to be a great time. Our whole 104.5 ESPN staff will be there. So if you're looking for something to do, come hang out with us at Don Juan Cigar Bar for the first round of the NFL draft next Thursday. All right. Ask Ryan. You can always email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Ask Ryan. What's the major issue you see with our hitting, especially with runners in scoring position? Well, you kind of talked about
Yeah, just not having an approach. That's it.
Avo asked Ryan, does the team need to go to 6 rings this summer?
Oh, 6 rings. That's Cano's.
Well, he's obviously watching, and so the Cano 6 rings commercials run.
Look, Cano's got 6 rings, man. No guy knows how to win.
Cano's been around a long time.
He knows how to win, knows baseball. Shout out, Dan Canaveri.
Eric Gotro asked Ryan, do you make a dip for your crawfish?
No, man, I don't make a dip for my crawfish. I will eat, use the dips from time to time, but I'm not like an exclusive. I gotta have the dip, and I eat crawfish with the plastic bags on my hands. Like, I'm not that guy. I'm peel it, eat it, suck the head, and just roll.
It is a bit concerning how many more people are starting to wear the gloves when they eat crawfish. My mother-in-law does that, but she's 74 years old.
That's not an excuse.
I get it. But when you're 74 years old, you can kind of do what you want. You don't care what other people think. You know what I mean? Ask Ryan. You know much about express boats?
Yeah, I do know.
What's an
my
express
dad
boat?
used to have an express.
It's an express
yeah,
boat.
it's a boat, a brand, fishing boat, fast boat, aluminum bottom. Good boat.
Good. Clark Dennis asked Ryan. Oh, Shy Barbie. So last hour they're asking, what do you think about Angel Reese's nickname? And I, from Bayou Barbie, I said, well, is it like Windy City Barbie? But it's Shy, C-H-I, Chicago, like Shy Barbie. What do you think?
I think it's stupid. But, I mean, I don't really care that. I mean, once they leave LSU, I really don't care. So whatever. It's whatever.
About any of them?
Yeah.
What about Alex Bregman?
I mean, it's
Stop.
whatever.
Liar. You're lying now.
I just love LSU. That's it.
Patrick Comiskey, in the spirit of Trevor Penning and Peyton Turner, what third-round prospect can fans look for Saints picking in first round?
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I like that. That's a really good one. And that's what's going to happen, too, by the way.
Well, if we're being very honest, Peyton Turner and Trevor Penning shouldn't have even been third-round prospects, the way that it all panned out. They were gross miscalculations, very clearly. Got to imagine about Evermore.
Oh, man.
So, thank you, by the way, for taking some Evermore to the Dunham game last week and taking a picture.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
They
I thought you
sell
had
it. They sold it there.
Oh.
They sold it there, and everybody was drinking it.
Got it.
Even my brother Wes said he loved it.
This has become part of my daily routine now. Part of the Gary Brecka stuff, too. Like, I'm done with tap water. There's fluoride in tap water. Yeah. No. I'm Evermore. Natural artesian water. This is what I got now. I bought 4 of the 64 ounces and a dozen of the 32 ounces yesterday. Like, this is what I'm drinking. This is my water source. Oh, Muse, can you play the Alelo thing? Muse, do you concur that he was going to curse?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's hear it. This was when Alelo was praying.
We're just going to remember on this crazy Friday afternoon.
See?
People stuck in.
Yep.
See? Yep. Play it again, please.
We're just going to remember on this crazy Friday afternoon.
You almost
said the A word.
Tell me he wasn't about to say the A word.
I can't tell you that. He was going to.
That's the thing. He denied it.
Yeah. There would have been no reason to stop.
Exactly. Not a babe. Hey, Muse. Happy 420
Go
tomorrow,
away.
bud. You have yourself a great day. Paul, look at Paulie loves it. Paulie loves it. Paulie loves it. So good. Tomorrow's 420. Muse will be celebrating. We'll see you on Monday.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, much about Pure Restoration. You tell the people about Pure Restoration.
Patented dry fog technology, Pure Restoration. If you have a mold issue, give the guys over at Pure Restoration a call. Sanitization, it kills the mold.
Can do demo and build back, too.
The demo, build back, you name it, full on general contractors, right? So not just the mold, but can do it all.
I heard today, I was talking to Tilly today, that there was a big, I don't know that we could say the place, so I won't, but there was a large fire at a building, and they hired Pure Restoration, came in, sprayed the fog to get rid of all the fire, the smoke smell in the building, and did the whole demo and build back of it as well.
Absolutely.
Large commercial building.
Yeah.
So
4 hours later, and couldn't smell a thing.
Commercial, residential, it's Pure Restoration. Get rid of mold, odor, demo, build back, whatever you need. It's Pure Restoration. Pure-restoration.com, pure-restoration.com, or just email me and be like, Scone, what's the mold thing you talk about? It's Pure Restoration.
Bayou Ford has $10,000 off F-150s, $10,000 off the new F-150 truck, plus 1.9% for 72 months. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks